Hi, this is Michael Buffer, and you're listening to the voice of the people. Let's get ready for Boxing Voice.
ThaBoxingvoice.com. All the guys want, I want what Mayweather got. I want what Mayweather got. You done bust your ass like Mayweather. I was trying to fight every fighter. I sacrificed a lot to get to where I got to.
What do you bring to the table?
Let's get this on. Let's do it. Well, it's like this. Wait.
All right, that's it. Hold on. Bernard, everybody calm down.
Man, you know how these bitches is in the sport. Total disrespect. Kid has no class, no style at all. I sacrificed a lot. ThaBoxingvoice.com to get to where I got to.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of the Boxing Voice Radio. I'm your host, Nestor Gibbs. This is the Boxing Voice podcast, hashtag TBV podcast. I just want to send a formal apology to all those that may be listening live for the delay. Boxing Voice was on hand covering Vasyl Lomachenko versus Jason Sosa. You know, we're actually a podcast that goes to the fights. You know, we don't just talk about the fights. That being said, there are 5 topics to discuss, actually a little more than 5. The Hipster will hit you on today's headlines. Obviously, the main event of the show is going to be Vasyl Lomachenko and Jason Sosa. But then there is the call out and the respond, both from Lomachenko to Mikey Garcia, and Mikey Garcia back to Lomachenko. So we'll discuss that. Plus, we'll discuss what's his name? Yuneski Gonzalez looking like versus Goldfinger. We'll have the Hipster give you the proper name later. Alexander Usyk looks good versus Michael Hunter. But, I got a theory on all 3 of these fights, to be honest. And I know people are not going to like it. You know, it is what it is. I guess that's what you come here for anyway, right? You know, Ness is a bit of a hater. Terry Flanagan also gets a win. So we'll discuss that, right? Let's head on out to the Golden State.
Dollar DiBiase production.
This is a beautiful performance against a very tough guy in Michael Johnson. How do you feel about it?
Fuck that. Conor McGregor.
ThaBoxingvoice.com.
You know me, Larry. From a wicked entrance, from a flip over the rock into a knockout. When the main thing is, I just hope the guy. I wish.
ThaBoxingvoice.com.
Yes, another Sunday show of TBV breaking down all of weekend's boxing action. And there's a ton to get to. You know, I'm not going to dwell on any single fight right now because there's plenty to get to, plenty of different storylines from possible corruption to bullshit decisions to bad reffing and so forth, plus good action in all these fights. So a lot to get to.
Well, let's take it on out to the home of what's that tall dude's name, man? Played for the Spurs.
Tim Duncan?
Yeah. Mario. The opposite of Mario's height. Tim Duncan. What's going on, Mario?
You should have said DJ Screw, but all right. I'm doing good. I can't wait. This was an awesome weekend. And we didn't even need the other fights, just Lomachenko. And I'm ecstatic to talk about him, ecstatic to tell the world how grateful I am and how gracious we should be that the boxing gods have bestowed such a talent upon us.
Well, let's head on over to the home of the good doc. Boxing MD, what's going on, brother? I know you want to sit in on this. We're going to head on over to Sunshine State. Boxing MD, what's going on?
Is that a fair statement to make? You have to be honest with yourself.
I am still sick, under the weather, recovering, but it's going to help me because I have no crow to eat, unlike everybody else on the show. MD again breaks down the fights the best, is the most accurate with his predictions, and that should go without a say. Additionally, right, because I was too sick, Jose, you failed big time with your cringeworthy hype man. That shit was whack. Try getting some Canadian with balls.
Oh, what are you
might have to look very far for that, though.
You talking about when his brother-in-law called into the show?
That was cringeworthy.
Oh yeah.
It
Speaking
was
of
pretty funny though.
speaking of border wars, Mario, you're live on the show. We're gonna have to put you on blast. We don't understand, and neither do the listeners, the Patreons. No one understands why are you not sending footage. At least tell us, look, guys, I'm doing it purposely to have Enrique guessing, but honestly, everyone else is upset.
Well, I don't know why you'd be upset about it. First of all, I haven't seen any footage of my opponent. First of all, I haven't seen one.
Yo, you're the
single
one
second of
complaining
him.
you're not the ASAP, bro. You don't
That-
got footage to even justify even that.
Enrique
I
has
don't-
posted
okay,
sparring
okay,
footage.
hold on. I'm gonna make this side point real quick. I don't know what footage has to do with A side, but I have footage, and I was told we were using it for 24/7. I didn't know we were just supposed to be sending it in. I talked to Jose. He told me send him my stuff, everything that we all had, so he can build our 24/7. If y'all want footage, I have it. But the only thing,
Will, what do you mean footage doesn't have to do with A side Ness? What do you say when you hear some guy that you consider quote unquote Oriental, right? You don't see no footage on him, right? So why? So CC 7-Up, right? You didn't see footage on him, Ness. So how could he be the A side, right? So we need
I
footage.
mean, Mario's not the A side. We know that because when he
I know, but that's what it has to do with the A side, right? We don't know you, right? We don't know you. We don't know your boxing skill.
So we're trying to promote you.
We're trying to promote you. So put something out to get the people to bite. Right now they have nothing.
No. That doesn't make any sense because there's no boxing footage on anyone but two people.
That makes no sense. People are putting out sparring footage. You know,
Listen, we'll get back
have a fight on Patreon. Sign up for Patreon.
I only have one of sparring footage session. That's it. That's all I've recorded so far. It was last Saturday. That's it.
We'll see if he actually gives it in. We'll get back to the main topics and we'll come back to Border Wars. I know you guys are excited about that one. Remember, if you want to get your tickets to participate and be in the corner of one of these guys, head on over to ThaBoxingVoice.com/Border Wars. First topic at hand is Vasyl Lomachenko facing Jason Sosa. A lot to talk about. Let's start with the venue. There was about, let's just say 2,900, but it was not. It was 28 something. Is a sellout. How did it look to you guys on television? And then I'll give you my opinion of it live.
Intimate, but I guess enthused crowd, right? It looked like a small room, but it did look filled up, like from the TV. Just if you're talking purely the venue, that's my.
And plus, it was sort of a loud crowd too. It was a loud Ukrainian dominant crowd or Ukrainian favored crowd or whatever. A lot of Lomachenko, Usyk fans in there. And you can hear them. Definitely didn't seem like a big theater, but seemed bigger than like StubHub or like the Fantasy Springs Resort. Definitely seemed bigger than those.
That Matt said it perfect. I don't even think anything else needs to be said. That is what came off across TV is that the favorites were getting cheered. Although a Sosa chant did break out a couple times in the fight. But yeah, the home field advantage was strong. And so the sound did more than the sight. I'll put it that way.
Couple of things. That Sosa cheer, it had me too. And it's not. It's some sort of Ukrainian word. I swear to you it is.
Was it really? Oh, that's all. That's crazy.
I swear.
Yeah, but you know what you haven't
That's
had
crazy.
yet? But you haven't had it yet. So go ahead and let's take it.
You fucking lost me. I'm sorry. I wish
what haven't you had yet? You're hungry.
He didn't pick Sosa.
Oh, my crow. I didn't pick Sosa though.
Nobody picked Sosa.
No. Someone did pick Sosa, but not on the panel. But someone did pick Sosa. I didn't pick Sosa.
My bad. I thought
Remember Nestor was like, I'm picking Sosa to.
Somebody did pick Sosa.
Yeah.
Steven.
Maybe Steven. But you know,
I
he
don't
plays
believe
on
it.
Sundays.
I don't believe it.
Even pick Gonzalez.
Yeah, no, I picked Petrov, and I'll eat for that for sure. But that's later in the show, if we all remember. All right, so back to the venue. I really like your answers. That's exactly what I was looking for, and I'm hoping that our listeners, kind of have their own opinion on that, and you know, can take whatever you guys said and what I got. Right. So here's what I got. It's very similar to Madison Square Garden Theater. I mean, probably missing about 1,000 seats to be identical to the thing. What I like about it is they have, kind of like balcony seating. It's not the greatest. But I like that they're at least utilizing it, whereas in the theater, they don't really let you use those balconies. It's only 2,800 was a sold-out crowd. The suites are beautiful. I really I don't see how Lomachenko economically could come back to this venue. For instance, when we get to the topic of Mikey versus him, it's impossible to put it there. Again, 2,800 people, 2,900 people, too small. Even if they sold tickets expensive, it doesn't make sense. But very, very beautiful hotel and casino. It's right off the water, overlooking the harbor. Beautiful, a gigantic Ferris wheel off to the side that lights up. I mean, everything around it, very clean around there, very uppity. People jogging on bikes. It's very nice and beautiful restaurants without quick valet service. And like Matt and basically everyone said, pro Lomachenko. And the reason I wanted to bring this up is because remember, I questioned why are they bringing Lomachenko to that DC area? Well, at least 2,900 reasons why showed up because it was all Lomachenko. And let me tell you, at least they're good boxing fans. They remind me of the UK guys because they were cheering for everyone that was from the Ukraine, right? Like for Usyk and for Mr. I'm going to just call him Alexander as well because he did good. So getting to the fight, what was your thoughts on the stoppage, MD?
Well, if you're going to tell me that Lomachenko doesn't remind you guys of a young Floyd Mayweather, I think that you guys aren't really assessing him properly because we get this Rigo comparison because he's a great defensive fighter. And I think with the output and the punch combinations and his timing, in addition, when Floyd was young, I mean, he went into entertain when he was Pretty Boy. And I see the exact same thing for Lomachenko where he kind of just took a few rounds to kind of get the timing down. And he didn't lose a round, but after about the third round, it was a cakewalk, and he just beat him down. I mean,
well, what about the stoppage specifically?
Oh, it should have happened earlier. He was getting really.
It was the corner that threw in the towel.
Yeah, I think the corner could have stopped at the round before. I predicted 10th round stoppage, so it essentially is what I said. It stopped before the 10th round. So if you were gambling, you would actually be off, but. Like I said,
wait, because that's what I want to know. I know you want to give your analysis of the fight, but try to stay the stoppage. You said you feel like it could have been stopped a round earlier. Why exactly? Because
it was becoming because the guy was getting beaten up, not landing one punch, and Lomachenko was landing at will. I mean, you saw when he stepped down on the punches, it was bad. I mean, it's just Ness. It's just he was so in control again, like he was with Walters. This time worse because Sosa put up much more of a valiant effort than Walters did, obviously, because he still was trying to land punches. He was not landing anything on Lomachenko later in the fight, and he was taking unanswered punches to the head where he wasn't able to protect his head. I mean, do you not see where I'm coming from this?
Mario, what was your thoughts on the stoppage?
I absolutely was just disgraced by the referee. It should have happened much earlier. The referee should have stepped in. I thought that corner handled it well. The corner's got to know their fighter. They know that Sosa's the kind of guy that's going to go in there and he's going to be tough and he's going to hang tough. And two things struck me. One, we've seen that trainer before in Sosa fights, and in interviews, he's always talked about how he believes that his fighter can change a fight in an instant. So that's what he was obviously looking for. I don't fault him for not stopping it before. We've also seen this ref do exactly this, where he has waited and waited and waited for fights, continues to march around the ring. And I just could not believe how this guy is just sitting there watching Sosa take this punishment, knowing that he's completely outclassed. I mean, at one point, Lomachenko showed more restraint, showed more compassion than the referee did, and it's just appalling.
When exactly was that? What did you see Lomachenko do? Because I have a different opinion of Lomachenko's demeanor during this fight. Not that I care. You know, I loved every minute of it, but when
I'll make it
see the compassion.
I'll make it quick. I believe that your opinion is absolutely 100% right until the last round and a half. At the very end of the 8th round, I believe he hit Sosa with a body shot. And I don't know if he was doing it like as a dick move, like, oh man, that must have hurt, or if he was like, oh wow, that hurt, like the way fans would do.
Nah,
but that at the end of the day,
that was showboating. That's no different than
okay,
like
the
right hand.
And MD, if you listen, I just said it could have been either one. The point I'm making is right after that, Lomachenko took his foot off the gas big time. He wasn't hitting him with as hard as shots. He wasn't pressing the attack. Lomachenko is smart enough to know that he could have attacked the body and taken this kid out. He didn't do it. I think he honestly, he let the foot off the gas. There's no way that anyone can tell me that last round he didn't.
Matt, obviously, I want your opinion of all this now.
I sort of agree with MD on this one. I thought that the fight could have been stopped in the 9th or the 8th round, I believe. I forget which one it was, but Lomachenko was landing like 8 to 10 punch combinations at will, and it was just brutal because there's nothing that Sosa could have done. There's no Hail Mary that he could have landed. Like, it was over at that point. And it could have been over probably a little bit earlier, but I thought Sosa was making a good account of himself in some form or fashion. But I thought it should have been stopped a little bit earlier, either by the ref or Sosa's own corner. And I think the blame should really be on the ref because it's the corner. The corner is there to make sure their fighter is able to go out every single round and is able to keep fighting. The ref's job is to make sure the fighters are safe and healthy and to make sure that they're protected. I don't think he did a good job of that. The Bob Newhart look-alike old-ass motherfucker ref. I was probably the same age as Bob Newhart. Okay, should never be allowed to ref again, in my opinion. And same with the ref of the Usyk-Hunter fight. That was atrocious. There should be a fine involved with that. I thought just overall bad stoppages throughout.
Wow.
I disagree with you though, Matt. I think the corner also is if there's a point in time that even in the fight that they see their fighter take unanswered shots and their head stepping back, that it is the corner's responsibility to step in as well.
But definitely
because you have the ability to step. You have the ability to, if the referee's not doing your job as a corner, you have to jump in sometimes.
Yeah, but what I took from Matt is that. Go ahead.
I think that the way Sosa looked in the 8th or 9th round, I figured it's one, in the way that Mike Hunter looked against Usyk in that 12th round.
That's a good point.
Like, there's argument there that I could maybe see for letting the fight continue with Sosa.
See,
even though my opinion is different. And if I'm his corner, I may think he can still land that shot maybe. Like, he's not really hurting there. Like, I can see the thought process from his corner not stopping it until they did.
And MD, you're absolutely right. That the statement, you're absolutely right. The corner has a responsibility. But what I took from Matt's statement that resonates so much with me is that the corner at the end of the day also has a job to help their fighter win, where the referee doesn't have that job. The referee sole purpose at the end of the day, or at least main responsibility, is to keep them intact. And
there's no winning in there. There's no, after the 6th or 7th round, there's no winning in there. Like, it's just
no. I'm talking about mind frame. That's
right.
What
no, I get it, and I know how. Like, it's just like, this is what I said. This is such a, Matt, you asked a long time ago, is this a mismatch? It was a mismatch, and it was a mismatch going in, and this is what you get when you get a special fighter. Like I said, does he not remind you of a young Floyd, or do you have some negativity because you had some conspiracy theory?
Well, I definitely have some negativity.
Well, I wanted to hear what you said about his demeanor.
But I'm going to ask first for some positivity. I'm going to ask that if you're listening to the show, you hit that thumbs up button. If you're listening to this in the future, present, or past, we would like you to hit the thumbs up button because it helps with the visibility of the show. You can also drop us a 5-star review, which I want to ask my co-host to remind me. We have a few to read, which we'll do later on in the show. Now, if you're watching this via our live stream, you can see that we are showing some Vasyl Lomachenko, Jason Sosa punch stats. Obviously, you can get these, or we got these through Throwdown scoring. But look at the amount of punches that Vasyl threw. 695 punches. That's a lot. That's a lot, right? Because, I know it's probably people be like, yo, but Santa Cruz throws a lot more punches than this per round. I mean, him and Mares, I believe they threw something like 1,000 or over 1,000, but it's the accuracy, right? Because the connect percent for Vasyl was 39.4%. That's fucking high. That's high. And you used Mayweather, right? And that's probably where Mayweather would land in terms of his punch connect ratio. And punches landed on him because, damn, Sosa only landed 68. And he threw 286 punches. But I want to ask you guys, what story do you think that these punch stat numbers tell, being as though that sometimes we use these stats and they do not represent the outcome of the fight. But in this one, it seems like these numbers represent exactly what took place Saturday.
When fights are one-sided, the numbers can easily equate to what happened in the fight. This fight was a one-sided beating throughout. So that's why when you see Lomachenko land almost as many punches as Sosa threw, that number jumps out to me. Like, that's insane. The fact that he made Sosa so gun-shy throughout the fight that he threw the amount of punches that he got hit with.
Would you be fair to say, though, Matt, that these numbers don't even justify how dominant it was?
Yeah, because also, like, you don't see the
I mean, did you see Sosa land 68 punches on Lomachenko? Like, I didn't see it. And if they did land it, they were partially blocked. Like, this is what I'm saying. So in this case, it doesn't even justify that because it's not even the power difference. It's the way Lomachenko landed, where Sosa was out of position, moving forward, and Lomachenko was countering, and his head would get snapped back from those punches. So, yeah, I think that it could say a story. But again, you know, we get in trouble if we only use punch stats one way or the other, right?
I think the story that the punch stats tells is correlated with the Mayweather Rigondeaux, the way that they were propelling both and basically using them as a measuring stick, kind of, is that, yeah, we could talk about Floyd Mayweather, but this is the offensive version of what is so beautiful and poetic about watching Floyd. I don't see any comparisons between Lomachenko and Floyd in approach, but you look at these numbers, and what it is there is a similarity in how graceful and how athletic and just how natural. We throw that word around a lot these days, is, oh, he's a natural. Lomachenko is a natural. If there are people that don't appreciate Lomachenko, it is because Floyd Mayweather is too close, has come along too close in the career. And so we take it for granted. But Lomachenko is what Floyd was for defensive beauty in boxing. Lomachenko is the offensive version of that.
What was Lomachenko's, I guess, most dominant punch? I want to say, I know probably everyone's going to say the uppercut, but I believe in this fight, it was the body, like left hook to the body, right?
I agree.
Whipping that shit all night.
Spiness, I want to hear your spin, your negative spin. I'm waiting for it.
I know you are.
I'll answer real quick with the best punch was anything that came off of that beautiful spin move that he kept using over and over to create angles. Oh my God. I could watch him do that to a dummy, to a practice dummy all day long. There's an Ivy League football school that has like dummies that they don't tackle during practice. I would literally pay to watch Lomachenko do that to these dummies. It is so swift. It is so precise. And he creates these angles that are just, I mean, it's like 1 minute you're there, 1 minute you're disappearing. I guarantee you, to fighters, it looks like he's vanishing and reappearing. It is just so incredible to watch.
Remember, if you're watching this on YouTube, hit that thumbs up button. We really appreciate it. Helps with the visibility of the show. So, where was Lomachenko in terms of Sosa in terms of opponent here, guys? Where was he ranked?
I said like 3 or 4.
Oh, in the division, right?
Oh,
No. But MD meant in terms of who Lomachenko has fought.
Yeah, it's like his third or fourth best win. Like,
It's
as far as
Lomachenko's third or fourth best win.
I think we like decided as number 4th, right? Or 4th toughest opponent.
Is it safe to say that we're giving Lomachenko this status based on the eye test, right?
I mean, what does that even mean, Ness? Like, Like it's just
No,
so.
because everyone, like all week, right? You had to have been
When Anthony Joshua goes out and knocks out Molina and makes Molina look like a bum, we give him praise for the eye test.
Just wait a second. So you know what I mean? Like all week, they've been using the word pound for pound a lot with him for the buildup, right? I mean, you guys been reading it. Am I right? Okay, Mario's nodding his head. He's forgetting it's a podcast. Yeah. Now he's giving a thumbs up. He's still forgetting.
Yes, I remember. Yes.
Okay. So that's why I'm saying, like, is it like, oh, he's getting this, you know, because of the obvious eye tests, because it can't be on off resume.
Listen, we're not HBO, right? We don't have to ignore other people in weight classes above that could give him a good fight. So I don't like necessarily buy into everything HBO is selling, but bottom line is when you look at him, right? Who would beat him at 130? Who would give him problems?
And
nobody.
There's anyone.
The only person at 135 who I personally rate one of the best fighters in the world, Mikey Garcia, I think it could be a 50-50 fight. It's a tough fight for him.
You think Miguel Perchet may give him a tough fight? Not saying that he wins.
Fuck no.
That wins.
Absolutely not.
Really?
Absolutely.
I don't know.
The guy that
he's way too crude. It would be worse than Sosa, in my opinion. He gets
I don't know about that. No,
For sure.
I don't think it'd be worse than that.
Francisco Vargas?
Didn't he have a broken nose or like scar tissue issues his last fight? He gets hit so much. These guys are not on the same.
Him up.
It wouldn't be worse than Sosa. It would be bad, MD, but it wouldn't be as.
I think it would be interesting though, because the difference
would not be that interesting.
Berchelt and Sosa is that Berchelt's going to keep coming forward, I believe.
So Ness, hold on. Let me ask you this question. So the negativity that you speak of was coming into the fight. It doesn't reflect what happened in the fight, right? Is that what you're saying?
It can't reflect what happened in the fight. I mean, of course it does. I mean, it does, because this is matchmaking. Can we all agree? Can we all agree?
Yes, this was favorable matchmaking.
Yeah, but I don't know. See, here's the thing.
You called it a mismatch, MD. Come on.
Wait, here's the thing that I don't. Here's the thing.
Seems hesitant. Let's give him the floor.
But here's the thing I don't like though. Like, right? You can't say like you could say, right? You just have to complete a whole picture. You could say it was good matchmaking, but on the test, right? So it was a test. He got an A+. He got an A+ on the test. Can we at least say that?
Yeah,
because no. Can you just establish that so you guys don't come off as being haters?
I don't think
he got an A+ in a very easy test.
Did he get an A+? No,
I don't give him an A+.
I give him.
What do you give him
in this fight? I give him an A++.
He gets an A+. Objectively,
but on an easy test.
He showed no flaws. Ness. What flaws did he show?
It wasn't a real test, though. Come on.
Sure, for sure, but he got an A+ on an easy test.
This was
fair enough.
Practice test.
Just acknowledge the fact he got an A+. You don't.
I wouldn't call it a practice
word of advice.
It's a practice test.
This guy is still okay, but see, that's the problem. Is we're all holding Lomachenko to this incredible,
himself to that
this
standard.
incredible pedestal. It doesn't matter though. It doesn't matter. We're
that standard, then we should hold him to his own standard.
Oh,
right?
Come on, seriously. Okay, so then Tevin Farmer's the best in the world. Let's go ahead and say that. At the end of the day,
opportunity. He hasn't gotten the opportunity.
Are you really comparing that like situations?
No. So
I mean, you're saying that he holds him there, so that then we hold him there. Look, the guy has had very few fights. At the end of the day, his resume is built up. His resume.
Yes. How many rounds does Tevin Farmer win against Lomachenko?
I don't know. Wasn't his last fight at 35? I don't know. And he was a sparring partner for Sosa, right? The same trainer. So maybe not many, but it is a different style. He is way more slick than Sosa. I mean, you got to admit that.
And that wasn't a.
Wait a minute, Mario.
Go ahead.
I don't want to get cut off and then the ball gets.
Go ahead.
Anyone think that I want Farmer versus Lomachenko? This is obviously MD projecting.
Yes.
Opponent. I never mentioned Farmer at
MD all. Brought it up. I brought up Farmer and MD brought up the question.
I never mentioned Farmer. No. I want what the title of this show says.
No.
He called out Mikey. Let him go up to Mikey, because you want to hear negativity. He ain't got no power. This guy can't punch, and Mikey's gonna knock him out straight up and down. He's gonna get knocked out at one
punch.
He goes to 135, and he fights Mikey Garcia. He will be stopped. Now, let me tell you, let me finish. It's not because he's bad, but Terrence Crawford said it the best, and he probably heard it from Mayweather. We as fans, we want to see you lose. So in order for Lomachenko to lose, he's got to keep jumping up in weight. But when he gets up there with Mikey Garcia, who everyone can see is leaps and bounds bigger than him, thicker than him, stronger than him, knockout ratio better than him. Let me tell you, what Lomachenko has is he's beating these guys into frustration. He is a artist. He's an artist. They're upset. They cannot hit him. I mean, first of all, let me give him credit for his outfit, okay? Because subliminally, it's beautiful. He had the Matrix on because he's like, I'm bringing you into the Matrix, daddy. And like Neo, I'm dodging all your fucking punches that are supposed to be bullets. But he hit this dude. That's why I showed you the fucking stats, okay? He hit this dude with 39.8%. Let's just say 40, okay? Sosa, let's look at his face. Somebody Google an image. He got one little fucking hamburger on his left eye.
That's such bullshit. After 3 rounds, his eye was swollen. Did you watch the fight, Ness?
But Lomachenko doesn't have
just
knockout
because you think
power.
Mikey Garcia wins. Listen, I don't even think that's a ridiculous thing to assume that Mikey Garcia wins.
Hold on. No, let Ness finish.
Because I'm talking about the fight. I ain't saying nothing about Mikey. I mentioned that he wanted Mikey, and that's why I'm speaking about the fight. And the fact that he landed all those punches, 270 something, and Lomachenko, he didn't drop Sosa. He didn't knock out Sosa.
That's a tough guy to drop. Come on. Don't do
What are you talking about?
Okay.
These guys are having the corners throwing the fucking towel.
Let's not forget, for all you pound for pounders out there, this dude had 3 amateur fights. Remember when I went to go see him in his gym? Because I actually go to the gyms, and I met Sosa and we talked, and he actually told me this was his super fight before it was ever mentioned. He still only had 3 amateur fights. So when we start saying how great Lomachenko, of course, MD looks good versus someone who's a novice, right? Lomachenko looks good versus someone not on his level. That's the way that it goes.
So you admit that
it would be a different story at 135 versus Mikey Garcia?
Because Mikey Garcia, we established, myself, right, is one of the best fighters on earth. So just because you think Mikey Garcia wins doesn't mean you need to jump and say ridiculous shit like he can't punch.
Yeah, but MD,
let me finish.
Go ahead.
Hold on. He can't punch. He didn't drop Orlando Salido the way that Mikey fucking Garcia dropped Orlando.
Mikey Garcia is extreme.
Producer,
He's a freak with his power.
Producer, can you get how many times he dropped Salido? I thought it was like 4.
Yo.
Why are you getting so angry?
Wait. Hey, how many times did Gamboa drop Salido?
This is how you don't. Ness, you need to listen. You have 2 ears and 1 mouth.
You
at the beginning of the show,
you can't criticize. Why can't
I say at the beginning of the show that it'd be a very difficult fight for
let him finish.
But why do you
let MD finish real quick then?
But Mario, why is he mad? Because
you have to because instead of objectively looking at what Lomachenko did last night and objectively looking at the eye that he swole up in 3 rounds, instead of objectively understanding the concept of beating someone's ass so badly that the corner has to throw the towel in because they don't want to see you get the shit beat out of you anymore, right?
Okay, MD.
One second. You
go ahead.
Have to push it a little further just to be a little dramatic and to be unfair and unobjective.
I'm not being
big on Mikey Garcia. I think you could beat Mike. I think Mikey Garcia could win that fight because
let me please.
Matt, pull up his resume.
No. I need to shut this argument down right now because people are listening. People are listening to this. You are crazy that you are comparing Mikey Garcia and Orlando Salido to Lomachenko, Orlando Salido. That was a different time for Lomachenko. He was not. No, but it doesn't matter.
Fights, I'm comparing.
It doesn't matter. Okay, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It does not matter. Okay, it does not matter because Lomachenko did not do what he could do today to Orlando Salido. Orlando Salido fought the perfect fight against that guy. He used all of the strategies that someone like Orlando Salido can use against somebody who does not have a ton of experience against a guy like Orlando Salido. That's the bottom line. And so if that fight happened today, does Lomachenko stop Orlando Salido? Yes or no? Yes or no? Just real quick.
Does Lomachenko stop Orlando Salido? I don't know.
Today.
That's the fight everybody wants to see.
Well, yes or no? In your opinion.
I'm just asking. I can't say.
Okay, Matt, you yes or no?
I think you could stop Salido today.
Thank you. But that's my only point.
Very quickly. Hold on. Yes, hold on. Very quickly.
I know MD's answer.
Yeah, we know MD's answer.
Be fair. You don't never know.
Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead, MD.
I don't know. The corner might stop it, so it wouldn't be a real stoppage, right?
Okay, no, it's a real stoppage. That's a real stoppage. He's you
really need to understand that's ridiculous.
Go ahead, Matt. Matt had a good point.
You made fun of Matt for saying he never got knocked out by me.
Hold on.
Ridiculous.
Matt's coming up with a good point. I can tell.
Ooh, taking shots.
We can at least say that Lomachenko doesn't really knock out people. Like the only other guy he's really knocked out with one punch is Roman Martinez. He's been in too many wars.
Agreed.
And it's been too much punishment. So I think
Why
that
music?
the statement that
Because he's making excuses for why he can't punch.
Because Sosa got a con chin, huh? Right?
with you, Ness, and you
So,
give me
Sosa has a con chin too, right?
Have knockout power, really.
Let me finish.
Go ahead, Matt. I'm sorry. Go ahead. It's a great
I think
point.
the idea that Lomachenko is not a puncher is incorrect, but I think we can say without a doubt that he's not a knockout puncher.
No, I agree.
He's ice guys out. He's not a Sergey Kovalev icing guys.
There you go. So you agree with me?
Yeah.
All right. So I don't.
But has Mikey really iced?
There's people saying this has no relevancy, right? Yet
who's saying that?
No, don't worry about it. You know my eyes are everywhere. Vasyl Lomachenko brought up Roman Rocky Martinez when speaking about Mikey's career and saying how he feels he's better because look at what I did to Roman and Roman dropped Mikey. That's what he said. So that's why it's important that you bring these things up. Power is important because Vasyl himself is trying to say, look, I did better than Mikey versus Roman. I stopped him, you know? So it is important that now I'm seeing this guy and what his last 2 fights, he's stopping guys by frustration. You know,
honestly, that's obvious. I don't even know who that point was for, but that's anyone who knows anything about trying to match guys that haven't fought know that that point is absolutely relevant. And this is how we use these fights as an indicator of to what would happen. We don't have a crystal ball. We try to predict with what we have, and this is the information that we have. Power is absolutely relevant. That's crazy.
So now if he stays at 130. Yeah, you know, he could feast on these guys. I mean, Jezreel Corrales, I never heard of him outside of the Hipster and a bunch of other.
Retired Uchiyama. Come on, man. One of the greats at 130 in our generation.
But I'm not.
Yeah, but I don't know if he's as good as he.
Oh, he's not beating Lomachenko. He's not beating Lomachenko.
Yeah,
and that's all I'm saying. There's only like 2 fights out here that the public would want, or 3, right? That's Miguel and Vasyl has to be nice enough to give Tank Davis that time, right? Because he would have to first fight Michel Burchek to give Tank more time, then go ahead and fight, I don't know, Jezreel Corrales to give Tank more time, and then maybe Tank will want to fight him, right? So I don't know. You know, I think that again, like Triple G, if he can make the weight, stay at 130, beat those guys, and become a legend. You know, there's plenty of guys that stay in their division and do great things. But going to 135 versus guys like Robert Easter, Mikey Garcia.
Robert Easter.
Yeah, Robert Easter is very tall.
It's a tough fight. It's a tough
power. Come on.
Mikey Garcia and Robert Easter are not in the same breath. That's the thing, right?
Wow.
No,
I think Mikey's not in the same breath.
That's bias right there.
Hey, I'll agree with you.
How is it being biased?
I'll agree with you.
Lomachenko. Okay. Robert Garcia has it. This is the point.
No, he said Mikey Garcia and Robert Easter.
Yeah, exactly. Hell no. I think Mikey Garcia is special. I've established that before. Unlike some people on this panel, I don't know who exactly, I predicted Mikey Garcia knocking the fuck out of Zlatan. And he did that because I know that he's one of the best fighters on earth. So just because someone who's a division above to you, you're favoring doesn't mean that he is not capable of beating anybody at that division. It just means that there's one guy who he could have problems with, and that guy is Mikey Garcia.
Yeah, but for you,
Robert Easter Jr., relax, Ness. Please relax. Keep it in your pants.
You don't think Jorge Linares would give Lomachenko some issues?
No, but
I do.
But for you to think that only Mikey, like, why is Robert Easter not a candidate to?
What's his best win? What's his best win?
But MD, I never said he would win.
Richard Comey.
I said it's a difficult fight. He's tall, long, and he doesn't belong in that division.
You thought Walters was a tough fight too, right? You picked him.
We all thought, well, come on, MD.
Did I think it was a tough fight?
Okay.
Walters coming off a 10-month layoff. Walters coming
MD, you speak for yourself, but the 90% of the boxing media and public thought that was going to be a good.
I mean, 90% of what you see in your own spectrum. But 90% what you see in your own spectrum.
What do you mean in my own spectrum?
I'm talking about 7-1 favorite, and you guys laughed at that.
So you tell me who laughed at that?
What's Sosa's biggest?
A lot of people in the Boxing Voice thought it was disrespectful to Walters that he was a 7-1.
Okay, well then maybe you brought in your spectrum, because I'm not talking about just the Boxing Voice. I'm talking about the media in general. That was supposed to be a tough fight, and to suggest otherwise, that's how good Lomachenko is. But I think the one thing you're forgetting, MG.
How good is he?
I think
when his best
you just
fight,
said
fucking Gamboa did it 10 years ago. Come on, man.
Yes, you just said that he was on a different level than all these other guys. That's what you're saying. You're talking about world-class fighters, world-ranked figers, and you're not giving them any sort of chance.
This division,
because how good he is
in this division.
Okay. He's still that good, and that's what you're including. That's a triple G argument all over again.
That's not including Gamboa. I'm not including Gamboa.
You shouldn't.
If they make a fight with Gamboa, I don't know. He might get knocked out by Gamboa.
Oof, that is disrespectful.
Gamboa dropped Salido 4 times. 4 times.
Listen,
fucking math.
I'm going to tell you right now. The only reason you're right, Ness, is because there is a learning curve for every fighter, unless you're Floyd Mayweather, when they move up. Robert Easter is a good fight right now. In 3-4 years, once acclimated to 135, no, Lomachenko is the best in that division. At 140, 3-4 years into that division, he's one of the best in that division, if not the best in every single one of those divisions. These guys need to catch him early, because the longer he stays in the division, the better he gets. Just like we saw with Orlando Salido, the longer he stays in the pros, the better he gets. The Lomachenko that we saw in his second fight against Salido is a shell. That was a shell of what he would become. And wait, it's going to translate the same way.
Well, I guess we're gonna get to the second topic, right? Who's on it? Oh yeah, Uneski. This is what I'm saying. This is more to the negativity that I'm saying. Like, the entire card was a sham. This guy Uneski, right? He's in here to do that, to give Matt, ammunition to say how Gold Dick is good, when Uneski is horribly bad, and the only reason he's on HBO is because he lost twice. Like, these guys just pick and choose who they put on their air, and really, they don't want good fights.
What the fuck has PBC been until this year? A lot of this. So don't act like it's just HBO. This is how boxing works, Ness. Let's not act so adamant about it. We've seen this again and again.
That the guy on the panel with the most credentials in terms of education is always the dumbest one. PBC is a company that started a year or two ago. So for you to compare it to HBO is just showing how small your brain is. It's two different businesses. It's not a network anyway.
It's a concept that I'm saying.
Not a network.
Is it
a network?
What?
So why are you comparing it? Is PBC all of a sudden Showtime or Stars? Or
I'm just saying it's not. Now you have these extreme values.
Allowing me to talk
now
about
you have values.
You want to do this?
Well, I think MD's referring more to the cards themselves.
Yes, come on, man. I'm just saying,
and that's a fair point.
Criticize this card and criticize PBC bad cards as well. Like, just because Ness is criticizing this card doesn't necessarily.
That's what I'm saying. Like we get it. But
we don't get it. What we don't get is why, if I'm criticizing HBO, you have to bring up PBC.
Because of what I'm saying is,
you're a negative person. So you're like, fuck it. Ness loves PBC and PBC fighters. Let's bring up PBC to ruin the show.
How am I being negative? What?
Because we're talking about the card that was on yesterday.
Can you listen to me?
Three dudes that were not legitimate. They did not belong in the ring with none of those guys. Hunter was 12-0. Not on the level of Usyk, but they want Usyk to look good.
Usyk's 11-0.
Put Hunter in there. It doesn't matter what Usyk, how many fights he got, Matt.
It does matter.
Well, you just brought up Hunter and said that he has 12
I know. That's what I'm saying. You're the one who brought it up.
And Usyk looks like a little bit of a high job. Like, I agree with you.
Can I be allowed to explain?
Go ahead.
Guys like Rigondeaux and Lomachenko, when they have little bit of fights, we know why. They're hyped. They have 2 and 3 gold medals. They have hype that's on headlines, Yahoo, ESPN. Everybody is bringing the hype with this, okay? Michael Hunter did not have that. So to try to paint it off the way that HBO did by saying this Olympian, 2012 Olympian, and this Ukrainian Olympian, it's two different things. Usyk is on another level, but they gave him, sacrificial lamb, just like Uneski was sacrificial lamb as well. None of those guys were on the level of the A side. Sosa, unfortunately, was not. And we all know Sosa was the third option. Everyone else said no. Everyone else. The other two guys before Sosa said no. So it's not like Sosa was Lomachenko's first pick. He knew. Lomachenko knew and said it already. You could find that quote. He knew Sosa wasn't on his level. So don't tell me that this card wasn't a bunch of fucking.
So blame the whole world that other people ducked him, and this is the best guy you could get.
Exactly.
I
That's
just,
what this was.
this
This was
logic.
the best fighter that Lomachenko could get in the ring.
I just went through the card, bro. This guy, what is wrong with you? Why are you trying to make it about? It's the card, not only Lomachenko. I'm not singling him out. I just spoke of Hunter and Usyk.
So Ness, let me ask you a question.
Hunter
Let me ask him a question. Would you rather not see Lomachenko if he's going to be in that fight?
Again with the Lomachenko.
No, I'm just asking.
Was a showcase.
It. Yeah.
Move on. I mean, you guys are trying to make me out to be a witch here. What do you mean, Loma? I didn't mention Lomachenko.
Whoa. Real quick.
Had easy fights. All of them had easy fights.
Did you use the word negativity? Did you use that? Or was that, who was that? That was you, right? You used the word the negativity. Okay, so that's what I'm saying. You call it a showcase. I interpret that like, yeah, it was a showcase. Boom, we're done. 5 seconds. But you're talking about the negativity that it's drawing to this card. And that to me is where I pump the brakes.
You can't call a guy pound for pound. You can't be talking to the other guy about fighting possibly Kovalev and Ward when his biggest win is fucking Yuneski Gonzalez, who's got 3 straight losses. It's like when they signed Glenn Tapia and they gave him, 3 straight punchers. Like, you can't sell me bullshit. I know it's bullshit.
I don't know who called him pound.
I mean, was he a knockout waiting to happen? Is that what you're saying? Has he been knocked out a million times? Of course he wasn't at that level. That's why I thought he would get knocked out. But again, he passed the test. Like, passing the test sometimes is necessary. I mean, what has Earl Spence's whole career been? A showcase?
MD, give me one.
Has his whole career been a showcase?
That's a fair point.
Like, he's been favored heavily in all of his fights, and he's passed all the tests.
On HBO that's been on the level of Thurman Porter.
Oh, we get it. PBC's the best. It's the best thing ever. God came down to earth, and thou hast shot PBCeth. Like, what the fuck do you want me to say?
MD,
it just sounds ridiculous, the argument we're getting into.
Hold on, MD, you brought up Earl Spence. Earl Spence isn't a champion. Alexander Usyk and Vasyl Lomachenko are champions. Just saying that
I forgot
a higher standard than a prospect.
That's a fair point.
He diminishes all my points because he's so negative. Instead of trying to be objective, he can't, because you're in love with these Europeans. You cannot step outside of the box.
A fight that has an HBO.
So why everyone else on the panel can find it? And how is that not a double standard? You brought up PBC, not I. So now I tell you to give me a fight on HBO that's better than Thurman Porter. You say, what are we arguing?
Thurman Porter is like one of the closest fights in like recent memory. Like, it's an amazing fight. I don't know what you want.
One better than Thurman Garcia then.
Thurman Garcia?
One better.
I don't know. I don't know.
That's fair.
One better than Carl Frank and Leo Santa Cruz.
Triple G. But to be fair, ended up being a pretty competitive fight, right?
But to be fair, MD said that PBC has stepped it up. That's what he
I know. Like good. Like, PBC has the most fighters in boxing. Of course, I'm glad they're doing good things. Like, we get it. Like, HBO is not. It's not at the same level. Like, week after week, but this is not necessarily.
Well, they don't have the fighters. They don't have the resources.
They don't have the fighters, and we also live in this culture.
They don't have the budget.
They also live in this culture that fighters are ducking other fighters. Again, Lomachenko fought his 3rd best fighter. This was a Lomachenko card, and it ended up being a card that showcased 3 Eastern Europeans. 2 of the guys look good. 1 guy did not. Usyk, in my opinion, did not look that good because he did not look as dominant in his fight that a lot of people expected him to.
Hunter gave him a lot of problems.
So I don't know where you're getting with this.
Hunter
but like,
never
if you feel like it was a shit product, just say it was a shit product.
That's what I'm saying. It's a shit product. It's a shit product that they put a bow. You know what the bow was? Lomachenko. And they knew they could sell it as Lomachenko. But it was a shit fucking card.
How do you think that people felt that went to see Danny Garcia knock out a bum? A legitimate bum, not Jason Sosa. A legitimate bum. Seriously, Ness. There's a difference there. Okay? So don't act like there's standards one and there's not standards the other thing. One is doing better in certain ways and another's not doing better. But don't act like there's this like there's this one is this the savior and this other is the devil. Like, you're becoming a little fanboyish, in my opinion. That's all I have to say.
Right,
you call me European bias?
No,
I'm
no,
not being biased at all. I'm trying to be objective.
I'm a fanboy, yet I don't know. I don't remember any fight.
Can name one thing I said that was fanboy tonight? One thing that said was fanboy.
I don't remember any fight in the recent 2 years, or let's say 3 years for Danny Garcia, where he's been mentioned pound for pound. So that is the difference. If Danny goes and fights Samuel Vargas on a card that people go to see, it's different than.
How about all the Roman Gonzalez fights that Matt Hunter hypes up? That
when I got there, Matt, you know what they said? They said the best amateur in the world ever. They're hyping this guy huge. Go back and press play. Listen to Michael Buffer.
There's an argument for that.
Okay. So then why are the fucking fights non-competitive? Get him in there with someone on his level.
But you just said you weren't blaming Lomachenko.
I'm not blaming Lomachenko. We're blaming the product. That's what we're talking about. The product, the card was shit. HBO doesn't invest.
So who besides Mikey Garcia would you want to see in there with him? Name names. Tevin Farmer?
Listen, if HBO pays, there will be opponents. Yes or no? Don't they always appear once they start paying?
Robert Easter Jr.
Listen. I'll say this.
Wait. Mario, let's ask him, because he's obviously. Do you want to see Tevin Farmer? Is that what you want to see next?
I mean,
no.
Kind of, so he could kind of shuts up. Like, that'd be nice, I guess.
Is he calling out Lomachenko? I didn't see that.
No, he knows better not to call him out.
He's calling out Tank Davis.
He's calling out a guy who doesn't even want to fight Lomachenko yet. We have to be so angry. But to be so angry at the product.
No one is bringing up Tevin Farmer.
In a society where we allow fighters to duck and get more money, and we pay them to fight lesser. I mean, Ness, like, I don't know what you're. Yes, boxing is unfortunate. I don't know what to tell you. We want Lomachenko match tough. Mikey Garcia is special. He would give Lomachenko a very good fight. That fight will happen. It's not going to happen next. It seems like Mikey Garcia is going to fight Linares. If Linares doesn't duck him, right? Because I will call that one out too. If Linares ducks Mikey Garcia, that's a fucking duck. But Lomachenko seems special, and it's going to take a special fighter, because there's not going to be an Orlando Salido who's going to take advantage of him in his second pro fight and experience and impose that type of will and beat him like that. So there needs to be a special fighter to beat him, and it seems like Mikey Garcia is that guy. It's not going to happen next, like I said. So his next fight may look the same.
Who should he fight next then, MD?
He's that good. Burchett would look the same thing.
No, he won't.
I think.
Wait. MD brought up Tank and Tevin Farmer twice.
Matt did.
Tevin Farmer was at the Vasyl Lomachenko fight. He was also the lead sparring partner for Canito Sosa, also known as Jason Sosa. So Tank was there, who is the IBF champion in this same division. Tevin Farmer and Tank have a feud dating back before Tank was a champion. So just to be fair, he's not chasing a title shot. There's obviously some rivalry here. I'll go ahead and play our Instagram clip of it. I was there. You guys can head on over to the Boxing Voice Instagram. Check it out yourself.
Right away. ASAP. After the 20. Listen, go away. Okay. It is what it is. That's it. I don't care.
All right. So what took place there is Tevin Farmer approaches Tank Davis, the IBF champion, at 130 pounds, and he asks
him to give each other titty twisters. It looked like.
Excuse me.
To give each other titty twisters.
Well, what was actually happening was Tevin Farmer was kind of putting his hand. Well, excuse me. Tank was putting his hand on Tevin Farmer. So Tevin Farmer kind of did the paint the fence, or is it wax the car? He did the wax the car. And Tank didn't like that. So he kept saying, ho, ho, ho. Like every time. I didn't get that. Like you're putting your hand on Farmer's chest.
I know.
Then he waxes the car off of you.
Everyone does that though. Come on, Ness.
I get it. But then Gravanta gets mad for getting, wax the car. So it's like,
he's saying that Tevin was, that Gervonta was the one putting his hands on someone first, and then he gets mad that somebody rubs it off.
Gervonta Davis wasn't saying "don't touch me" to Tevin Farmer. He was saying it to his guys behind him, They were trying to
No, but he got mad at Tevin Farmer.
Tevin Farmer.
Yeah,
Once Tevin Farmer,
that's why he did that.
Once Tevin Farmer did the wax the car, he was like, ho. So
and then people started holding him.
No, not people. Sam Watson tried to grab him, and he bit down. He was like, "Don't touch me! Don't touch." I like that.
Yeah.
I did like.
Yo, Sam almost caught that 2-piece for real.
He almost got hit with them elbows. I like that he did a little pit bull.
Even
shake.
His boy, Ness, even that dude in the black shirt was like, "Oh shit, nah, fuck that, I ain't touching him no more."
But then I do like what Tevin Farmer did. Tevin was like, "Man, I'm from Philly, man. I don't give a fuck about all that shit. I don't get hype. Ain't nobody gonna touch me. I ain't gonna get hype." So whatever. Neither one of these guys, like MD said, are rushing to fight Vasyl Lomachenko. I will tell you some other interesting stuff. He's the lead sparring partner. He's friends. I don't think that he meant it with any malice, but I was privy to a conversation when it's probably all over the internet. People had their cameras going. I didn't, but he was being asked about Jason Sosa, quitting or the towel. And man, he just kept repeating like, "I will never quit. I ain't quit. I can't tell you why he quit. I wish he didn't quit, but I can never quit." And it was just, weird. You know what I mean? Because they obviously very, very close friends. They're trained by the same person. So it was probably an awkward question for him. Because you kind of want to be in the corner of your guy in the moment like that, but at the same time, you don't want to put off that perception that you sympathize and you can possibly
quit. Ness? Do you think he quit? Do you think he quit?
Hey, I'm only giving you what the conversation.
No, I just want to know. Like, do you think he quit? Because you insinuated a few times.
I heard the towel got thrown in.
So do you think that was like? I mean, was that a mercy stoppage or was that a quit? There's a difference.
Well, wasn't it stopped in between rounds?
Yes.
Yeah, his corner stopped it. It wasn't like Jason Sosa quit.
I heard the towel was thrown in. That's not what happened. You guys didn't see that on TV?
No, I'm just wondering, like, but okay, so a lot of it, the consensus is, I agree to an extent that Nicholas Walters quit, right? Because Nicholas Walters, I think, didn't really try his all. I think that the second he realized that it was going, he stopped.
Well, plus
I think Sosa went way further than that. So I don't think that's a quit. I just establishing that. So
yeah, Jason Sosa did not quit. His corner warned him the round before because Ness was there, so he doesn't have. He's not privy to the corner. The corner warned Jason Sosa. They said, "Listen, if you can't show me anything in this round, which they were heading into the 9th and final round, I'm gonna stop it." Sure enough, he came back. He said, "We're stopping." He actually told the ref, and the ref had walked off. So then the doctor came up, and he had to tell the doctor they quit like 10 seconds before they actually called it. So not quit. I'm sorry. They threw in the towel for him.
Yeah. And again, I'm sure if you Google Tevin Farmer thoughts on Jason Sosa quitting or whatever, it'll come up. I'm just repeating what I was privy to because he was being interviewed.
I just fear this guy. I've heard Tevin Farmer talk more than any boxer, and I've really never seen him fight.
But maybe you need to watch him fight. A lot of people think.
I mean, Ness. I'll watch him when I need to watch him. It's the same thing you say about your people.
I love it. No.
When I need to watch him.
Quote me. You're just making me famous, though. Remember that. But see, it works though, right? Watch him when you need to fucking watch him. Why are you gonna just watch everybody? Speaking of watching everybody, we got to watch this fight on Twitter live. It was pretty cool. Me and Matt did a live fight chat on Patreon to kind of commentate, talk about this fight with Terry Flanagan and Peter Petrov. I don't know. This one
controversial, at least.
I know, right? Is it not? When I check my Twitter feed, Matt,
the winner or just the scoring? Because I thought the winner was not that controversial. The scoring, I agree, was
that is
for me. It's both.
I
had an 8-4 for Petrov.
Yeah, I like what Petrov did too, but I also picked him, so I'm gonna get and eat my crow, right? So that's probably
give me some crow too.
That's for Matt. So that's probably why I scored those lead right hands that were like, I don't know, raining down all night. I mean, Flanagan did nothing to stop that. Plus the left hook to the body doubling up. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I know that there was people watching it with us live. So it was a group of us. And the comments are still there. They're via email and chat in Patreon. So I don't know. The people that were watching it, we definitely all had it Petrov. But when I seen Twitter, obviously some people had it Flanagan, but the 120, 108, I mean, wow.
I didn't really see anybody have it for Petrov except you guys.
Even 116, 112 was like, damn, that's good.
Yeah, I didn't see anybody have it for Petrov except you guys, like I said. So, but I do.
I mean, but you do only follow 50 people on Twitter.
I mean, I do other research to see who won. And
what kind of research do you do?
you don't need to worry about my research.
No, I'm just trying to be fair. Since you want to say you didn't see people, but you only got 50.
Well, you know what? Maybe you should cut your following list because you would be a little more focused on actually understanding how the boxing game works, and you would have more intelligent assessment, and you would be less inclined to pick with your emotions rather than watch fights yourself. Anyways,
yet this fight is controversial. Yet this fight is controversial.
What did I just said that. I watched the fight. I thought Flanagan disappointed, but I thought he won the fight. Is that ridiculous to say? That I thought that he didn't do a lot of the rounds, but I thought he won enough rounds to win the fight. Is it
ridiculous for us to say that we didn't think Flanagan won?
I don't think Petrov won 8 rounds. I think that's a little wide.
Okay, but 7 rounds, one less round is not wide.
No, but is it ridiculous to say that Petrov won?
I have to go back and watch it again, but I would see it a hard time giving 7 rounds.
Often you just dismiss, and that's
I'm just saying it would be a hard time, right? But like when you say, when you say things like we had it in the chat and they all agreed, like I know how influence works. I know how it works. That's all I gotta say.
You're arguing.
I know how influencing guidance works.
You're arguing groupthink, and I know you think you're this big smart person, smarter than everyone. But can you explain to me how Flanagan won 7 rounds? Give me a reason. Give me your rounds.
Or their scorecard would be good.
I definitely was not scoring. I definitely was not scoring the fight, but I guess. But I also didn't have an agenda. But I'll tell you straight up that I didn't have an agenda for an underdog to win.
I didn't say you had an agenda.
So, but I just
you're implying that I did, but I'm not implying you did.
No, you're so weird. So because we picked Petrov, we had an agenda, but you picked Flanagan, you had none. I mean,
also for the record, I follow 43 people on Twitter. 43.
So less than what we.
I cut out some people. I don't need to follow people that I don't need to listen to.
Well, there you go.
How would you have? I listen to nature. I listen to nature. And I listen to a few people, and I watch boxing. I don't have a
scorecard.
So you don't have a scorecard, but yet you thought somebody won in a very close, tight fight that you need to score round by round.
What did I need to score it for? Like I didn't have anything put on. Because
it's sort of.
I'm a fan of boxing. What do you mean? This is not a big enough fight for this weekend for me to sit there with the scorecard. I'm admitting it. A lot of things to do. I was sick.
Pretty lazy.
Was I not dying? I'm still dying, but
you're not dying.
You know.
But anyways, whoever scored the fight 120 to 108 should be excommunicated from boxing. Should never be allowed to judge a fight again, and should be suspended, fined, and fired forever. And I thought that it was a very controversial decision. I thought Petrov landed right hands at will. Thought he landed better body shots. I thought that the volume on both guys were so low that allowed a lot of these rounds to look close. But I thought that Petrov was landing the cleaner work, landing more consistent work. His defense was better throughout as well. Yeah, I had an 8-4 Petrov. I can see 7-5. I can see
those punch stats.
But I thought Flanagan looked like shit. I think he would lose to any other champion in the division.
Did you have a Facebook poll to bring up?
No, but you have no poll or no
third
scorecard.
biggest website. Yeah, I know you guys are sad.
You have no scorecard. Why are you talking?
Sad. Oh, you guys are really sad. It seems like. Really
no,
sad.
it's just annoying when you talk shit about our scorecards when you don't have one.
Oh.
I don't know what he means about sad, but are there any other headlines that we should touch on? I mean, obviously the Mikey Garcia responding. Do you got those quotes?
No, I don't. I can get them really fast. I just want to briefly mention the Liam Williams fight that ended very controversially. There was a headbutt in the 9th round, Victor Ortiz, Floyd Mayweather style, very blatant. Liam Smith headbutted Liam Williams.
I didn't make it that far, bro.
Should have gone to his scorecards because after the 4th round, usually if a fight is stopped due to an illegal blow, it goes to scorecards, right? They didn't go to scorecards. They gave it to Liam Smith, I believe, by either TKO victory or something like that.
I don't know. Is that the rules? It's to the discretion of the judges
No. I know at least in the U.S. it's like that for the ABC. They have it where after the 4th round, if it's stopped by a headbutt or a cut from an accidental illegal blow, it goes to the scorecards.
But what about an intentional?
Well, they didn't think it was intentional. That's why they gave it to Liam Smith. They gave it to the guy.
You ask what about an intentional? If it's a blatant intentional
Victor
foul, you get disqualified.
Yes, he should have been disqualified. Liam Smith should have been disqualified, but he instead got the victory instead. So bullshit in the UK.
It looked like Victor Ortiz's headbutt.
Dude, so bad. I mean, I'll find a link to it and send it to you. It's atrocious.
No, I got the fight. I used the link that you sent us in the comments before, but I just didn't get through it. I mean, between driving 4.5 hours and you know everything else this weekend, I got to about the 4th or 5th round. I mean, and that link you sent, I just want everybody to know it was like 360p, right? That shit, bro. Like if it wasn't for the shorts, I wouldn't know who was who. Neither man was doing any. Did you watch that, MD? Those guys are very identical, right?
No, I was watching
visually. They are.
I was watching the Masters today. No.
Yo, dude, those dudes are very identical in fighting.
The Masters today. The fight was yesterday, dude.
Yeah, you know, speaking of fight yesterday, shit, there's a fight today, man. Josecito Lopez is back in action today. Listen, let's get out to the phone lines while you find that.
I don't pretend to be the most hardcore boxing. I just
that's the smartest one.
Dude, it's on a hardcore.
Oh, I definitely am the smartest one. There's no arguing that one.
Definitely the smartest person for sure.
Ever.
Out of you three, I mean,
ever.
Yeah, we know you think that.
Ever. Let's get out to KM Star. Oh shit! Before we even do that, I forgot everything. Right? Sorry. Did you get those quotes?
No, I'm looking them up right now.
Right. So we'll get out to the phone.
You want the Mikey Garcia quotes on Lomachenko or the Lomachenko?
Yeah. I want to hear his response to Lomo because we know what Lomo said. He said it right too, Max. Max kind of pitched him that lob. Shout out to Mikey for being a free agent to even make this a possibility. You know, imagine that he wasn't. We would be like fucking wishing that this could happen. But we're going to get out to the phone lines. You guys know the number 1-425-569-5241. International callers at Nestor Gibbs on Skype. That's NESTORGIBBS.
These calls are brought to you by El Camino Electrical Services, experts in electric vehicle charging stations. For consultations and turnkey installation, visit us at elcaminoelectricalservices.com.
KM Star, talk to me.
I'm glad we're talking about this fight. It was just honestly like a wonderful display of just pure talent, in my opinion, meaning Lomachenko's skills. He didn't remind me of Mayweather so much, except for the fact that he was dominant. So I think that's where we draw the comparison, the level of dominance. And it's so good. I hated the HBO hype train, like as usual. But remember how with Roman Gonzalez was just previously their number one pound for pound. And the real issue, I'm surprised, Ness, that you didn't bring this up because you've been the one who argued it the most, that how can you be pound for pound and get touched up the way Roman Gonzalez does? Lomachenko can do what he does without getting hit the way Roman Gonzalez does. And I think he even posed like a matador once, you know, and literally stood still. What felt like 5 seconds and didn't even get hit in that pose. So, I mean, that was great. But that being said, I really, really strongly believe that the HBO team's like basically anointment, like, oh, no one except for up through 140 can beat this guy. I mean, how ridiculous is that? I like the whole time they were saying that, I'm like, are they indirectly trying to get Mikey Garcia pissed off? Because that's exactly who they must have been referring to. Because of course, in the post-fight interview, they bring up Mikey Garcia's name. And look, Lomachenko's good, but he does get hit. It's not like he didn't have one hand laid on him. And Mikey Garcia is a great boxer. Never mind that he's powerful, tall for the weight class, et cetera, et cetera. He's a great boxer. He will hit Lomachenko. And Lomachenko does not have power to make Mikey Garcia fear him. So, I mean, like, it's ridiculous. I think that he's a great fighter. He's definitely a pound-for-pound fighter, wherever you like to rank him. But let's stop with it. It'll take for him to meet Terrence Crawford before he has a problem with a fighter. I mean, I think Mikey Garcia would beat him only based purely on, like, the fact that Lomachenko has everything but, you know, knockout, one-shot power, you know? He doesn't have one-punch knockout power. But that being said, I was thoroughly impressed with the guy. He's everything that you want to see in a fighter. It was very exciting. He was very skillful. And actually, I don't even know who the guy on the middle card was who fought the Cuban guy. That guy was a great fighter. I'd like to see him again. And that's it for my call.
KM Star, you just made Matt's day right now. He's over there like grinning and rubbing his hands together for sure.
Yep.
Thanks for calling in, brother.
Amazing.
Speaking about social media, I just want to let people know how anxious one of the panelists, Matt, is to immediately assume my European bias. I tweeted, right, on Twitter, it is a little disrespectful to Mikey Garcia to assume at Vasyl Lomachenko would be heavily favored versus the exceptional U.S. talent. High on both. Matt immediately jumps on me and assumes I'm assuming that. How is Mikey Garcia being disrespectful?
I thought you said
of course, everybody assumes one thing. But again, I am respectful and recognize talent.
Hold on, MD. You're insinuating a lot of bullshit right now, and you're smirking like a little fuck. Okay, and it's really fucking annoying.
Chill, people. Let's not melt down.
I'm very mellow tonight. You could tell.
Yes, you are, MD. Yes, you are, and I'm very proud of you.
Listen, you should learn from me. My blood pressure is baseline.
Matthew, you're letting the doctor get under your skin, man.
Because he's insinuating something that I misread. I misread it. And I mean, reply back like, LOL, I misread it. My bad.
You know what happens
when you imply something that I have this agenda against you, but it's bullshit.
No. That's never said that. I said there's a notion that I have a bias.
When Sosa missed, he was countered. You messed up. You got countered. Relax. It's only boxing talk. That's all it is. All right. So Enrique wants to get on the show. We're going to get and send him the link, and we're going to head on out to Australia for everyone's, well, we can't even say favorite international caller, right? There's so many of them now.
But no one can stop me, really. Oh, there's a king croc right there. This croc has enough power in its jaws to whip my ass right off.
You're gonna be the legend to become a legend.
Honestly, it's unbeatable.
You're gonna be the legend to become a legend.
Hey boys, look, good weekend of boxing. You know, one of my favorite fighters was on, and proved exactly what I always says he proves. He's just one of the best fighters on the planet, and you know, look, couple of criticisms of you boys going on and on about it because you guys were arguing like little girls. I'll clear the air for you guys. To say Lomachenko doesn't have power is completely disrespectful. I mean, he's look, I'm not saying he's you know, he's got like Golovkin power or Jacobs one punch knockout power, but he's got enough power and enough technique to make you miss, hurt you. Look, I'm not saying make you quit on your stool. Got I don't know what that was, but yeah. So my point is that if you're a puncher like Paulie Malignaggi and you're completely schooling someone, you'll still stay in the fight. You won't quit on your stool because you still think you have a chance of knocking him out and winning the fight. But when you're getting clobbered with shots that are hurting you non-stop every single round, you may just quit because the power and technique is getting to you in both ways. So he might not have all the power in the world, but he's got enough to hurt you, and he has enough punching volume to definitely do some damage. And secondly, look, this is his ninth pro fight. So like, why are we always trying to throw people in the deep end too quick? And Ness, you were saying something like, oh, you know, Walter's had a 10-month layoff. Then why'd you pick him? If he had a 10-month layoff, why did you pick him?
Same reason I picked Orlando Salido. I wasn't sold on the hype. I wasn't sold on the hype, and I thought he was moving too fast. And that's why it's been excellent matchmaking since then. Guys with 10-month layoffs, guys with no amateur background, guys who can't punch.
Okay. So he had the 10-month layoff. He had the 10-month layoff, but you still picked him. And then when Lomachenko did exactly what you thought he wouldn't do, you thought he'd lose. When he wins, you're like, oh, but he had a 10-month layoff. But you picked him. You thought even with a 10-month
someone may have some hatred in the heart for a certain fighter, I guess. Maybe there might be some hatred in the heart.
So my point is people just
how do I have hatred when I pick Orlando Salido?
Because did you not just hear what Alex just said? He's like, he did exactly what you said.
No. Am I not being consistent? Think about what you're saying. You're not
good matchmaking if you picked against him.
Using your brain. You're not using your brain. I picked against him versus Salido versus Walters. So I'm being consistent.
Okay. Now what I'm trying to say is though, You're being consistent because he said, okay, Lomachenko's too green. He's going in against someone who's really good. But then when Lomachenko does the opposite to what you think, you make up an excuse. Not an excuse. I mean, it's a fair point he had a layoff, but you already knew he had a layoff before he was coming into the fight. So why did you pick him then?
But let's be clear, Alex. I've never said anything about the 10-month layoff till today because we're talking about him having a fluffed up record. We're talking about HBO.
Well, it's fluffed up because it's the narrative you're choosing to paint. That's what he's saying.
No, it's propaganda. It's propaganda.
As we know.
It's propaganda. Someone tell me
an undefeated fighter. Oh my God.
Mikey Garcia
I don't want to get in this.
This is the same fighter.
Boring argument because you're arguing an undefeated fighter. You're buying into that 10-month layoff bullshit, and you're assuming that the only reason he lost the way he did because he had a 10-month layoff. Are you saying that right now?
That's not what I said, but
okay.
I guess that's what you
kind of what you were insinuating. But I mean,
okay, I'll quit.
I'm saying exactly what I'm saying. That his opponents are not on his level. They need to get him fair fights. If Walters, would have been at least active.
Who's been on Wilder's level?
Okay, let me.
Who's been on Wilder's level?
Do with anything that we're talking
about. Who's been on Wilder's level? No, I just want to ask. I want to try to get where.
You don't want to
understand where Nestor's boxing.
You want to argue. You don't want to actually want to argue because that has nothing to do with the call. Or
I just don't understand what you're trying to say to that. Makes no sense.
Going back to Alex. Excuse us.
Give me 30 seconds more. I'm just gonna say this. Ness, you're completely right. Sosa wasn't on his level, but let's admit Sosa was probably at least top 10 in the division, if not top 12 in the division.
Absolutely.
And when you're favored, when you're favored as a $1.04 favorite against someone top 10 in the division, you know there's just levels. We know there's levels in boxing. We know Lomachenko's at the top. So now you're frustrated and you want him in there with Mikey Garcia because you know that no one.
I'm not frustrated. You must just jumped on the show. I gave him tremendous credit.
No, but what I'm saying is you're frustrated in the sense you want someone on the same level as him in the ring with him.
Alex, you're wrong. You're wrong. I specifically said I don't want him to move up because they're doing what they did to Floyd, what they're doing to Crawford, what they do to anyone who's dominant, what they do in the Triple G, right? They want Triple G to move up because they want to see him lose. I see you're not listening. People are selective with their hearing. They want to grab onto every bit of negativity. I specifically said if he stays there, he dominates. If he moves up and fights Mikey Garcia, he will get knocked out. That's what I said. I didn't say I want him to move up. I didn't say I want to see him lose. I didn't say I want him to get knocked out. I said if he stays there, he can dominate.
But it's hard for you to say that when you say that they've had selective matchmaking. Like that's what I'm saying. Like you're just not really completing thoughts. You're just saying spit like you're being so ambiguous with some of your statements that you're leading yourself doors, but you're not really saying anything.
Roman Martinez not favorable matchmaking?
What do you ask? What are you saying? Of course he was.
Right.
Was Nicholas Walters? That was supposed to be a tough fight. It was supposed to be based on what a lot of people assumed of Nicholas Walters. But Lomachenko has excelled as a pro.
Factor in what we talked about. Do you just want to keep reiterating the 10 months?
It's so boring. It's so no, I didn't.
So MD, stop talking so me and Alex can continue, and maybe we could get done without your interruptions. Then we could go to other callers, and it won't be boring for you.
It's okay. It's okay. Go ahead.
I mean, if it's boring, let us finish.
Because he's arguing the same points I'm trying to make, and he's going to get the same logic.
Boring. Allow us to be done so we could get to another caller. Then how about that? Catch me outside. How about that?
All right. So I'm just gonna say this. Put this out there. Funny enough, like you guys have known for ages, I'm the biggest Lomachenko fanboy, but I've always been objective. I'm always trying to and criticize when I can. And funny enough, JD from Texas actually gave me like an hour and a half call right after the fight, saying like, now like this boy's the truth. Like he really is really good. And look, first off, I'd like him to fight Gamboa at 130, and then mark my words, he moves up to 135, has one fight there, then beats the shit out of Mikey Garcia. I'm telling you that now. You all see it.
Alex.
I've been saying this for ages. No one's believed me. And now this is another point where I'm going to say he's going to do it. And then when he does it, you guys will be surprised, but we'll see then. But that's my call.
Alex, I have a quick question for you. What do you think about Lomachenko versus Miguel Berchelt?
Beats the shit out of him.
Okay. So all Loma fans agree on that. Interesting.
I mean, are you a fan of boxing? You should be a fan of Lomachenko, right?
I'm not a fan of any fighter, really. I try not to.
I mean, you're a fan of the craft.
I'm a fan of the craft. Yes.
Oh, exactly. I'm not a fan of any human being as a boxer. I respect their craft. Oh, I am? Oh, cool. I am. Okay.
All right. Let's get to.
So I make the best picks, right? Because my fanhood, my fanhood makes me illogical with my picks, right?
Well, you pick good fighters to like. That's helpful.
No, I just know boxing.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't pick the favorite in that fight. Let's get to Coach Mitty.
No, I explained exactly how it happened.
You pick all the favorites and they win. Ooh.
Coach Mitty, not MD or Matt's turn.
No, not fighter.
Yo, Ness, TBV, everyone. I don't have much to say tonight because I didn't get to watch much of the fights this weekend, so I'm just listening to the opinion. I like the debate. As far as Lomachenko goes, obviously I think he's really talented. I think he's the best at 130. I'm not sure why people are looking to get opponents for him outside of his division just yet. And I don't know who else do you want him to fight. I would like to see him against Gary Russell, you mentioned, outside of his division, but I don't think he would be ready for Mikey Garcia just yet. When you talk about power and him being troubled by power, the only thing I would say to that is to be troubled by power, you need to be able to get hit by those shots. And I think that Lomachenko has got good footwork, can get out of range quite easily and dodge the power shots. But having said that, I think Mikey Garcia has the skill set to get close to him and land a few of those shots. But I just don't want him to fight at 135 just yet. So that's all.
Exactly. That's where I'm at, Mitty. I know people don't understand. It sounds like I'm contradicting myself, but I just don't want him to move up because then it's just going to be, like trying to make him lose. I know that at 130, people are mad that I'm saying that there's no competition, but if he can make the weight, let him stay there.
Can I say one thing? This is why it just sounds illogical. When you say that if you're at a weight class, you have selective matchmaking and there's no competition, yet you say, oh, but he should stay at 130, then you shouldn't be critical. That's it. That's just the argument debating 101. That's him
staying at 130 means that he would possibly fight the other good fighters at 130, not just
they're ducking him. They turned on the fights. Why don't you acknowledge that?
Not just the ones his promoter gets for him. I could have sworn we spoke about Jezreel Corrales and how
did they duck this?
Sosa. I could have sworn, MD, please. I mean, you're like in. Listen, I could have sworn beginning. I said that Sosa was the third option because two people turned to fight down. So what do you mean I didn't bring it up? You want to bring it up to sound smart. I said that already. But go ahead, say it again for everyone can hear you say it.
All right.
And also his two fights at 130 have been Nicholas Walters, who also moved up to the weight class at the same time that Lomachenko did, and Sosa. So he hasn't fought anyone that was the elite of the division yet, I would say.
No, it's not matchmaking according to him.
What's up, man? Yeah, I just want to say I saw fight two.
Stay focused, stay working my dad. Boxing voice. If you come to fight, then I'm gonna have to look for him.
I saw fight two.
I think you accurate.
Yes. Pardon my tardiness. Yeah. Last night, Michael Hunter, Alexander Urasek, right? 12-0, 11-0, and then what is Lomachenko like 7-0, and Mikey Garcia is like 36-0, and Mikey Garcia came on the show and said, Conor McGregor will get beat up by an amateur. So I'm looking at it like this, right? When I think of Lomachenko versus somebody like Mikey Garcia is 36-0. He will put it on the London 2012 Olympian, in my opinion. But Lomachenko looked great against Jason Sosa. But then the question is, right, Matt? Or, right, Boxing MD? You questioned Jason Sosa before he even went into that ring. Will he be that guy to even show a lesson? Lomachenko hasn't been tested yet. Mikey Garcia will put it on him immediately, I believe. My opinion, I don't break down fights. I look at them. I'm a fan of the fighter and the sport and the skill as well. And I think Mikey Garcia has more skill than and I never give Mikey Garcia credit as I do. I mean, not yet, like credit as in his resume as Lomachenko, I don't give him his resume. I think Mikey Garcia will put it on Lomachenko. Terence Crawford would also put it on him. Yeah, so whatever the argument is.
To be fair, those are guys outside of his division. That's
Enrique, I just want you to ask me a question.
Brought up, right?
Enrique, ask me a question right now. If they were to fight tomorrow,
Mikey Garcia.
No, ask me that question.
If they were to fight tomorrow, Mikey Garcia, Lomachenko.
I pick Mikey Garcia.
Okay. Matt?
So is that there's my bias.
No, you're not biased. All right. Nah, we all good, man. I just thought you argued. I'm just saying.
It's just, again, you don't need to be like a fan. Just because you're a fanboy of Mikey Garcia doesn't mean you can't pick him. No, I'm not saying you. No, but you admit you're a fan of him, and I get it. I'm just saying in general, right? We can move on.
I don't give Mikey Garcia credit when he called out Lomachenko saying I achieved more. When I looked at Mikey Garcia's resume and I saw that Salido had 9 losses when he beat him. You know what I mean? So I don't give him that credit. Last night,
But Salido beat Lomachenko.
Exactly.
My fault. Yeah. So there you go. But Lomachenko now has to fight Mikey Garcia, who never fought Lomachenko. Oh no.
Man, tell Lomachenko get that rematch on with Salido, or give Gary Russell a rematch so they could unify, right? Because Gary Russell has a WBC.
So let's just say Salido fight happens. You admitted before on air that you know what would happen. So why are you like harping on that?
All right. So are there a lot of questions?
I don't want him to move up. I don't want to be part of the rhetoric that wants him to move up just to watch him lose. Can't you see I'm trying not to be negative, MD? What is wrong with you?
Pause. What's the argument?
That he's mad that I'm saying there's no one in his division, but at the same time, I don't want him to fight Mikey. I don't want him to go to 135. I don't want that for him. I don't think he has enough power to go to 135.
He still has.
No. Ness thinks he has no power.
But
you said he has no power.
I did not say that, but you love to.
No. You said that, Ness.
He has no power to go up to 135.
He does not have any power. It's proven. Jason Sosa went to the hospital and came.
It's funny you clean up your talking points when I kind of get you in a corner. It's okay. So let's move on to the callers. No point.
If you want me to agree that
we learn. Yeah, we learn each time.
If you want me to agree that he doesn't have any power, then good. He doesn't have any power because he didn't knock down Jason Sosa. He didn't knock out Jason Sosa. So I mean, talk to me.
He looked good against Jason Sosa.
His last fight, did he knock him down? Did he? Nicholas Walters, did he go down?
No.
What? Has Nicholas Walters ever lost before?
And that's a guy who was moving up in division, right?
Yeah, because you couldn't make the weight because he was so big.
So then Roman Martinez went down, right? Roman went down, right? But Mikey put him down too, right?
Yeah, but he split. But
so what about this other dude, Rumlolo Kasuwaka?
Yeah, Mikey Garcia also got put down by him, but we can move on.
Has Lomo ever drawn blood?
What about this guy, Gamaliel Rodriguez or Shiriku Takakun? I mean, this is what I'm saying.
He has 5 straight knockouts.
It's a fluffed up resume, and those are the guys that he's knocking out. Look at the knockouts he's got: Roman Martinez, Mikey did that. Some dude named Romulo, some dude named Gamaliel, some dude named Surya. Those are his knockouts. Jose Ramirez, those are his knockouts. But versus Salido, a name he did knock out. Versus Nicholas Walters, a name he did knock out. Jason Sosa, a name he did knock out. Roman Martinez is the only name he knocked out who we already proven can be knocked out. So how is it unfair or biased or I'm hating because I don't think he has power? And I think that it would be a bad idea for him to move up versus Mikey with those pillow fists in that division. Because if all you can do is
he has pillow fists now.
If all you can do is give Jason Sosa a little hamburger, Mikey Garcia will beat you.
Because Mikey Garcia is a special fighter. Like I said, he is special.
But that is the topic of the show. That's why I'm talking about him. That's it.
Yeah, but you don't need to be so disparaging of one fighter. I mean, Ness, how angry and annoyed would you get when callers call in from the UK and talk that way about Wilder against Joshua? I'm just saying it's just and you figure how biased they sound and how ridiculous they sound. That's all I'm saying. Like it sounds a little you're pushing it a little far.
Okay, I'm biased because I'm telling you the truth. The Salido did not go down. by Lomachenko, but he went down numerous times by.
Almost got knocked out in the last round by Lomachenko. Let's not forget.
Am I being biased by telling you the truth? I'm gonna get to a caller. I mean,
all right, it's all right. First two callers disagree with you.
Your butt hurt.
You're the emotional one tonight.
Nestor doesn't think Lomachenko has power. I'm taking my ball and going home.
It's pillow fest. No, it's pillow fest. Oh.
I'm going home. Why doesn't Ness like Lomachenko?
Guys are both picking Mikey Garcia over Lomo.
I know, but this is Ness. Ness is so immature with the fact that he loses the arguments, like he has to resort to this pseudo bullying tactic. Everybody sees this, Ness.
Do you think Lomachenko has knockout power?
I think he has solid power, but I don't think he has pillow fest.
He's
no polymorph. He has 5 straight stoppage.
Lomachenko to stop Sosa.
But the stoppage of Nicholas Walters isn't a stoppage like Roman Martinez.
Yeah, he would have slept him if that shit kept going.
Really? Did he ever really hurt Nicholas Walters?
I mean, he quit, which is worse. Kind of like what you did. You quit.
Callers.
MD. But I saw that you. I know that you get really personal when you're fighting. One of your favorite fighters.
You know how it feels.
I know how defensive you get. When you criticize your favorite fighter, MD. It's okay. It's okay, MD. You have a small ego, so you know, or a big ego, so you really need to defend yourself. So it's okay.
Why do you let him get to you? You got to take it from me. Look at the way I get to him. Do it, you're so. Come on, man. Don't let him get to you.
I thought it was.
He got that off too. He's like you did. That was he counted you again. You keep leaving yourself open. Keep your fucking guard up.
Mr. Info Joe.
This portion of the show we call In the Know, presented by my brother.
Info Joe, what's up? Ain't no show without Info Joe.
What's up, Casual? What up, MD? What up, Ness? What up, Mario? What up, Matthew Hunter? What's up, Boxing Voice family? The voice of the people. There is no equal.
Oh.
Yo, let me jump in on here. Let me talk about the
do we got power? Yes or no?
First fight.
Lomachenko, does he give it to Garcia?
He's not pillow fisted. I would say that though. I say he has to get your respect and get your attention, and can hurt you with the accumulation of punches. All right, I'll start off with that then, since you brought it up. Hey man, the kid, man, Lomachenko got the best angles in the game right now, and I think possibly the best footwork. I think he clears out.
No, info. It's an illusion. It's matchmaking. It's an illusion. It's the matchmaking.
Hey, you know what? I held Gary Russell in high regard, and I picked against Lomo in that fight. And when he beat Gary Russell, and he beat the Butterman.
Don't forget, Gary Russell had that sauna, man. He was all fucked up. He's on record saying that.
Hey man, he took
his words, not mine.
I imagine we can go back behind. Yeah, I remember that. And I think
I know he wants that rematch. He's been asking for that rematch for like 3 years.
Yeah, instead, he's been in the witness protection program. Haven't seen his ass in a ring. So
he's also had a title for those 3 years, though, MD. So it would have meant something.
When the violence soundbite. Him and Tevin Farmer fight in front. Him and Tevin Farmer fight in front of what? In front of DOS computer program. Anybody see that shit?
Well, isn't Gary Russell fighting at MGM Harbor next week in May?
Versus who?
Oscar Escaldon. A closer fight than Jason Sosa.
Hold up. Let me box wreck that name. Who's that?
Yeah, exactly.
Check his record. Check his record. Casual. I think he has a better win than Sosa at the very least. Sosa's biggest name on his resume is who?
I don't know.
Okay.
I mean, he had a draw against Walters, right?
Recognition is against Lomachenko.
I held Sosa up high because he gave Walters a good fight. And it was
but you thought Walters won, didn't you?
Walters. Yeah.
Because I remember doing that show.
But it wasn't like he watched him.
I remember doing that show and people was like, yo, he shouldn't have won that fight. It shouldn't have been a draw. I'm not saying I said that.
Hey,
I'm just saying that's what the show was.
Loma will beat the shit out of Salido right now. He can take that fight if he wants to, just to make up for that fans. But I think right now he will beat the dog shit out of Salido.
Got to prove it.
And yeah, I'm just saying, man. If y'all going by the eye test with Earl Spence, this dude passes the eye test flying fucking colors. My question is to you guys: for a guy with a style like that,
who do you get to train for? I mean, who will be your sparring partner to prepare for a guy like that? It would be very hard to find a guy that with that type of movement and with that type of angles. So I would favor him. I think he caps off at 135. As far as Crawford versus Loma, like they said in the movie Goodfellas, forget about it. Crawford is way too big, but I think he caps off at 135. He's a small guy. Give him a tune-up fight at 135, and I think he beats Mikey Garcia, man, in my opinion. If Mikey don't knock him out, he beats Garcia on points, unanimous decision. I don't think, and I can't see Mikey or anybody at this point at 130 or 135 dealing with those angles, man. They're beautiful to watch. This shit is artistic, man. He made boxing look beautiful with his footwork and with his angles, man. And I think he'll give anybody trouble.
Mikey Garcia knows how to cut off the ring, so those angles do not exist in front of someone who knows how to cut off the ring.
That uppercut that Mikey threw versus your boys like the Cannon, that's what he gonna do to your man Lomachenko on the inside. As soon as he try to turn, he gonna catch him with that uppercut.
And Lomo is smaller,
very small.
Hey, you know
very
what?
small.
I never seen nobody hit that in his last 3 fights. Nobody never hit him with the same punch twice.
In his last 3 fights, nobody was on the level of Mikey Garcia. In his last three fights, nobody on his resume got a better win than the dude. Whoever is Mikey's biggest win, they don't got a bigger win than that, I bet you. Hey, Matt, check it out.
And Mikey Garcia has a 36-win professional record, not 7.
But what is Mikey Garcia's best win? It was Mikey Martinez and Salido, right?
Nah, we gonna say Salido.
Okay, that's his best win. Okay, so
that's Lomachenko's loss.
It's not like he went in there and he didn't. Salido don't even go. He didn't go in there and watch Lomachenko. So what I'm saying is that's
Salido.
Man, it could be a very competitive fight. I think Mikey is a little lot slower, and he doesn't have the footwork.
Nah.
He does have the power. That would be his only advantage.
Nah, Sosa actually does have that good win. He knocked out. Didn't he knock out Fortuna? We forgot about that.
Yeah.
Sosa knocked out Fortuna. So shit. I hope Chino got through this show because I know he gonna listen. They're gonna be mad at me. Chino,
would you rather see
Chino?
Would you rather see Lomachenko defeat Salido first before Mikey Garcia?
It's only radio, Chino.
I wouldn't mind. Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing that fight.
Not about minding. Would you rather see it? Yes or no?
See what? See
Lomachenko defeat Salido first before Mikey Garcia.
I wouldn't mind. You know, I'm so confident in that fight. I'll bet my house that he will beat the shit out of Salido. That's how confident I am, and him winning. That's for sure.
That's what we have to see first before
anybody want to get a pie bet or any kind of bet. I would take that bet in that fight. If nothing else, he will win that fight. The dude is more refined in his minimum of fights that he has. The dude is special, man. I'm not saying that he's pound for pound number one and none of that, but I'm saying he does have the potential to be a pound for pound number one.
Ness, don't you agree first Lomo Salido before Garcia even spoken about?
Nah, listen, man. And for I'm gonna get to some other callers, man.
I want to see that first.
Listen, I'm not gonna say first or last because keeping it real, I don't want Lomo to move up. Let him do his thing there, man. Till somebody comes along, man. Let him do his thing.
But who's his thing there, though? Who's his thing there that we could?
That's Raul Corrales for the hipsters like Matt. I've never even seen that dude. I don't know.
Miguel Burchelt would be a much tougher fight.
I like that fight. I like that fight. Burchelt looked very good versus Vargas.
Corrales is too wild.
But that's
Corrales
a different
like
style, though, Matt. You know that's a totally different style, though.
Damn, those names.
Of what Burchelt? Man, Burchelt too.
Well, no, I mean Burchelt's style and
you don't know shit about boxing T-shirt.
Hey, Enrique, if you ain't got your camera, spin off because you we keep seeing you in this Russian hat and shit. So it just makes me. So is you down with Vasyl or something?
Nah,
because I'm over here rocking your brand and shit. I'm trying to make you famous. I don't know. Yo, let's get to some callers, man. Who we got? We got Larry in the Bay. Talk to us.
Hey, my bad, fellas. I'm over here cooking pancakes, trying to flip and talk at the same time.
Damn.
Hey, big ups to the Boxing Voice. Big ups to the Ukrainians who showed up and showed out last night. I was very impressed with all three. Hey, real quick, I want to say Usyk looked a little better than everybody's giving him credit for. Mike Hunter, while he did box well, while he did show a lot of heart and grit, if you watch all of his previous fights, he sat down his punches way more than he did last night. He was not punching to hurt Usyk. He was punching to get some hands on him and to survive. And that's why I believe the fight went as long as it did. It was still a good showing from him, but he still got whooped on and should be noted as that. What more can be said about the great Vasyl Lomachenko, the 2016 Fighter of the Year? Fantastic, awesome, dominant. The superlatives will continue to come. Ness, I will say this. Your attempt to denigrate his career and resume is whack, and let me help you with that right now. He beat Gary Russell. He dominated Rocky Martinez. He embarrassed Nicholas Walters, and he beat the brakes off Jason Sosa. Tell me somebody in the last 2 or 3 years who's got people like that on their resume who they've done that to, like that to.
Mikey Garcia. Mikey Garcia flatlines Latikanen, and he will do the same to Lomachenko. So just pray that he doesn't move up trying to be too big for his britches.
Woulda, coulda, shoulda. I just told you what did happen.
Well, he's the one talking shit about Mikey's record. I don't want him to move up, Larry, but he's the one talking shit about Mikey's record and his win over Martinez. So if he moves up, that'll be off with his head. That's all I'm saying.
It'll happen sooner or later, but for now, I'm out.
Listen, I wanna shout out real quick Donald and Tasha, who both listen to the show. Actually, Donald doesn't listen that much, right? He's always forced by his girl Donna, he's always forced by his girl Tasha. Maybe she's his girl. I don't know. So we're gonna hit Donald with the gunshot for having to be forced to listen to this amazing podcast. But shout out to Tasha, who has not made her pro debut. But I'm hoping that one day she joins Masterpiece and the other few women that call in. But it is good to, it was funny. I didn't believe it, Matt, because, we keep seeing the percentage on the women kind of fluctuate, right? MD says he's bringing in the girls. He's getting hit in the DM, how the girls are loving him on the show and shit. So he increasing it a little bit. And boom, I get to, Lomachenkoville over there. And boom, somebody walks in. They're like, are you Nestor? And I'm like, yeah. And she was like, I listened to the show. I'm like, get out of here. I didn't believe it. I thought it was a prank. I was looking around and shit. But she actually listens. She isn't brave enough to call in yet. I was trying to convince her, but hopefully, again, she'll join Monsterpiece. But definitely wanted to at least shout her out because that is cool. That is cool. Those statistics, we only got to see them on computer screens, but now we're actually feeling them at the fights. Well, not MD, right? Because he never shows. Let's get out to J. Will in Chicago. It is Chicago.
If you know like I know, you should lie low. Killer, I used to get it in Ohio.
Yeah, man. Man, I was about to throw my phone out the window earlier, man. Listening to you, Mario, and MD go at it, man. It was kind of low key tag teaming you over. Really, I think something that should really be in plain sight, man. The dude Lomachenko he's a sharp puncher. It's the difference between being a very sharp and accurate puncher and a power puncher. That's something that he's not. Me and my boys, we was watching the fight, and we all agree, man, he's something special. He is something that's a special talent of this generation.
But that wasn't the argument. The argument was, is he a power puncher? Nessa says he has no power. I never said he was a power puncher. That's not the argument. You get what I'm saying?
Well, to me, that's still one and the same. That's kind of semantics right there. But at the end of the day, he's not He's not a power puncher. He doesn't have. I don't. We will never see him put somebody down, knock somebody down off one punch. It will always be off an accumulation.
Martinez was a fluke, right? Was that a fluke? Right? Is that what you're saying?
What'd you say?
The way he knocked out Martinez was a fluke, right? Is that what you're saying?
He still hit him with a 3-piece on the way down. It wasn't a one punch. It was a 3-piece all the way down to the ground.
I know, but like you guys are like, like you said, how many guys have that type of power in the sport? A few.
I just don't get, why is he mad that we?
I'm not. I just think that it's.
Why are you rebutting every single statement that he made?
But why are you in this? You could.
I just find it hilarious that you don't like the people.
No, you're just trying to instigate. We're having a conversation, right? So you're like getting on the 3-person hijacking train. I'm having a conversation. Then you're just making it all about me. It's not all about me. It's the caller, actually.
No, I'm sorry. I didn't know it was a one.
It is all about. No, yeah.
I got to get tag teamed in and hijack with you.
No, because I was asking him questions, and you, of course, make it about me, which it's not.
Well, I mean, the one thing I want to say is this, man. Again, I mean, I was really saying at this point, like, again, he's a special talent, and that's one thing we got to be real about. So, I mean, understanding how special he is and his gifts, being his defensive prowess and how he can go from defense to offense in the bat of a 9. But we also got to be real about his punching power. And so I think if he is to go up another weight class, he's going to have issues because he doesn't have enough power to make people stop in their tracks. He beats people, like Ness said, out of frustrating them. I mean, it's no difference. What he does is what Sugar Ray did to Roberto Duran. He does it to everybody. He frustrates you to death until it just makes you quit. He makes you feel like, if I can't hit you, but you hit me 200 times, what's the point of me keep on fighting? It's not like you really beat me up. And then this is the one thing. You can MD, you compared him to young Floyd, Pretty Boy. But I remember Pretty Boy knocking people out, not beating them until they get frustrated. There's a difference in punching power. That's my call.
Plus, Pretty Boy was very, very flashy. Lomo is not as flashy as that. Broner is flashier than High Tech, and so is Gervonta Davis. So is
Lomo hit Jason Sosa with everything and the kitchen sink, and Jason Sosa was still banging on his chest. Jason Sosa did not quit. His corner threw in the towel. Lomo doesn't have power. I'm just keeping it real.
You guys have your opinions out there. That's all,
I mean, talk to us.
I mean, what up?
Yo, what up, fellas? With my bell.
Ding, ding, ding.
Look, Lomachenko looks good, but here's what's going to happen. He's going to wait until Mikey Garcia can't make 135 anymore. And he's going to try to run through the likes of Kiko Martinez, Raymond Beltran. He's going to fight a whole bunch of cats at 135. He might try to, grab on to Ricky Burns. He'll do good at 130. There's nobody at 130 that can stop him. By the time you get to 135, Terrence Crawford might even be moved to 147. But Mikey won't be able to make 135 by the time Lomachenko gets around to fighting him, because that's how HBO is going to match him up. So,
I don't know. I
don't know.
Come on. Be fair. HBO's the one that interjected Mikey into the minds of their viewers, so you never know. They could be willing, and Mikey's a free agent with a title.
You think they would skip over all them cats I said instead of matching them up and give him Mikey right now? I don't think that would happen. I don't think they got the balls to do it.
Kiko Martinez was like 122, 26 pounder. I mean, Ricky Burns is at 140 or 140, right? Or 135. Yeah, 140 because he's
140 and he's not making 135 anymore.
None of those names you mentioned are even realistic. The only realistic name you mentioned was Garcia.
No Raymond Beltran?
Beltran.
You don't think they'll come down to 135?
No. Beltran is a possibility. I don't know, though. Matt, check his last fight, because, come on, he's old, man. If he's not at 135, he might not be able to make 135.
But that's my point. And I'm not disrespecting Lomachenko. I'm just saying it's going to be at least 2 or 3 more fights before he gets to Mikey Garcia. And I don't know if I don't know if that fight will happen at 135. That's all I'm trying to say, fellas.
I hear you too, because Mikey did say he
But
won
it was
titles.
a good fight.
What about the other guys? You liked them? You watched them?
Oh yeah, definitely. Listen, you know, yo.
Oh my God! Wait,
who's
I mean,
that?
wait. We gotta trigger MD. MD. Avi in the chat says Beltran is trouble for Lomachenko. Yo, I mean, I guess that was a good pick on your end, you know, saying Beltran versus Lomachenko as an opponent.
I'm telling you. Hey,
I don't know. I think the last time
you're welcome about Flanagan.
What about him?
You're welcome. Remember, I called in and talked about Flanagan.
You said he was going to win?
Flanagan versus. Yeah.
Well, I picked against him.
Remember, I was talking to Matt about it.
I picked against him. So you don't think we were arguing about that one too? Do you think that it was 8-4 Flanagan?
No, I don't think it was 8-4, but I thought Flanagan pulled it off, and I'm no hipster.
Pulled it off. You didn't score it. Keyword, pulled it off. You didn't score it, did you?
Yeah, I scored.
Keep it G.
No, I didn't score.
I got you. All right. I mean, thanks for calling in. It's all good. Yo, I got your words, man. I know what you guys are thinking. Like MD.
I mean,
MD, what do you think about that? Come on, MD. Stop trying to be, refrain from being MD.
I don't respond to like your attempt on trolling me and trolls in the chat. Like I'm above that. I have other things to do. I'm actually, until something intelligent comes up, I'll respond to it. But when you're doing this low level, whatever the fuck you're trying to do,
chime
me in if you need my input. But I'm good right now.
Matt, I'll go to you. The doctor's busy.
I'll let you be triggered and
surgery.
Emotional about the European shining.
We're going to other people in the chat, and I see another comment here says Beltran could give Lomo issues, but I give him a chance of winning.
No, he couldn't. Beltran cannot give Lomachenko that much of issues, in my opinion.
Ness, can I ask Matt a question?
Yeah.
Matt, Carl Frampton, right? He's a super featherweight. Can he jump?
122.
No, 126. He's a featherweight.
He's a featherweight, right?
Not in Lomo's division. 4 pounds under.
Yeah, he's a division below.
4 pounds under. But you know how they say fighters go up. Can he go up and give Lomo a fight?
Nah, because styles make fights, but you know what? You asked
Styles would be hard to deal with.
Matt, aren't they similar?
No, not really in terms of what they do in the ring.
Frampton is much smaller too.
They have similar.
His arms are so short.
But you're right, MD. Like Frampton's just way too small. He's smaller than Leo Santa Cruz, and Leo Santa Cruz is not that big. I know he's tall, but he's not big. Lomachenko is big for 130. I mean, he was powering over Sosa at the weight.
Leo Lomo.
Leo Lomo. I think. I don't think Leo can land that many shots on him, and Leo doesn't have the power to put him out. You need somebody with knockout power, real knockout power, and a really good boxer.
And that's Mikey Garcia.
And that's Mikey Garcia. Yeah, that's somebody like Mikey Garcia.
So we're setting up Lomachenko for a loss against Mikey Garcia.
But I'd rather see him fight Miguel Berchelt, Real Corrales, maybe a Tank Davis first before moving up. I like guys unifying before they move up.
Gravante Lomo is the big fight because I don't see Mikey Garcia losing.
I'd rather see Berchelt because I think Berchelt has the power to maybe give Lomachenko some issues.
I don't even know Berchelt.
He just whooped Francisco Vargas.
Let's move on.
All right, let's get to JD. Talk to me.
Yo, man, I was hoping you would come to me next. This call might spark a little controversy, man. First, let me congratulate Loma for looking beautiful in the ring. Beautiful boxing. The dude footwork, I'm telling you, is hands down the best in the game. I gotta give him his props. At the same time, I might go a little negative on this call because I'm frustrated with. First, I gotta say, like, dude, 130. Nobody has beat Gamboa at 130. The dude was getting ducked by everybody, Mikey Garcia included, Adrian Broner. They all ducked this dude, and I'm just frustrated because, like, he got thrown to the wolves at 135 because he couldn't get a fight at 130. This man was getting ducked by everybody. And we not even recognize us as hardcore boxing fans.
Was it just him, or was it his promoter like having issues with other promoters as well? Like, I feel you.
He had HBO. Listen,
He had 50 Cent though. He had 50 Cent who failed as a promoter. You remember that?
Before he had 50. Before 50.
I know. So it's been bad upon bad. Like, I hear you, but like, it's not.
Hold on. Before 50 Cent, when he whooped Salito's ass, the guy who beat Loma, he whooped this dude. He wiped the floor with this fucking dude, made him look silly in the 11th and 12th round. And we bypassing this dude like he's fucking not even there. No, he's the king at 130 until proven guilty.
That's fair. That's fair. Yo, have you've been listening to a lot of the shows? I've always been high on Yorkis Gamboa, and I've never talked down to him. Other people on this panel have, so you could individually call them out, but it has not been me.
Yeah, but we talking about Mikey Garcia at 135. No, he still got work to do at 130. And I know
JD, you know what, JD? I would love to let you sit here and kind of like, you know, because it sounds like you're on my side. Like, it's, you know, not my side per se, but like your argument is similar to mine, and we're kind of, you know, dogging Lomachenko just a little bit. But I gotta be fair here. Your fucking boy ain't done shit to deserve a shot versus Lomachenko, let alone look good in his last 3 fucking fights.
That's why I brought up. I was bringing up Salito, you know, because after he whooped Salito's ass, and I gotta say this because like he whooped Salito's ass, and Salito beat Lomachenko. So I should ask that question, like, what are we really talking about? Like,
Yorkis Gamboa beat Salito a long time ago.
No. He whooped his ass.
Okay, he whooped his ass a long time ago. He ain't looked that good in a long time.
I mean,
he was getting touched up. I was live at the fight. I was live at the fight with Lemieux and Stevens. I seen him get touched up a couple weeks ago versus somebody I never heard of. So let's stop playing games and putting him on Lomachenko's level. So unless you want Lomachenko to tap dance with his fists all over his face, I don't know. Because what are you asking him to do? He's going to beat the shit out of Gamboa right now. You need to see Gamboa get at least 2 good, decent fights. 2 good, decent fights. He's fighting nobody.
This dude's only loss was to a Terrence Crawford, a pound-for-pound guy who weighed 20 pounds more than him.
Yo, you still talking about like fucking last year.
Everybody else got their ass.
You talking about 2 years ago.
I'm just saying.
No, you trying to give him credit for a loss. He got his ass whooped for trying to go up. Same thing is gonna happen to Lomachenko if he go up to 135. Okay. No different.
I gotta propose you with the same question I proposed Alex with last night, right? If Lomachenko,
why was your man's biggest win almost 10 years ago though? Tell him get a win.
If Lomachenko was to fight Terrence Crawford, do you think he would have as much success as Gamboa did? Gamboa won 3 out of 5 rounds.
Before getting knocked out with a notoriously weak chin. Lomachenko light-fisted ass might fucking knock out Gamboa with that fragile ass chin.
I'm done.
Even if you could say you done, but you giving him so much credit for the Salito fight. He got dropped in that fight. And it got real tough. You talk about the 11th and 12th. Talk about the 10th. Talk about the 10th.
Man, this dude,
your man was on Queer Street.
Back and still won the round.
Yeah.
Fuck out of here, Ness.
Yo, Yorkis Gamboa might be the dude on the pound-for-pound list in JD's mind who's been dropped the most. Check his resume, Matt. Almost every fight he go down. Versus anybody.
Yeah, check his resume. Hey, check his resume, Matt. Tell me how many losses he got and how many.
Yo, JD, he was an extreme. Ness, this is what I will be fair. Gamboa was looked as one of the most talented boxers in the entire sport, but it just didn't work out for him. Just accept it. He's not where he used to be. Like, it just didn't work out for him. I hate to break it to you. I was big on Gamboa too. I thought he was one of the best fighters on earth. It just
I don't know that for sure. He's innocent until proven guilty.
All right, that's fair enough.
All right, JD, thanks for calling in. We're gonna get out to Scorsese.
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Man, first of all, I want to make my phone call quick, but I gotta say, I know I get some blowback on this. Cut it with the Lomachenko ducked until you know the offers. For all you know, they offered just Corrales money that just wasn't good.
Yeah, but you knew Crawford Gonzalez, the guy that Ness left off. I
Yeah,
remember
go
that.
ahead.
Ness, he picked the guy that you laughed at, by the way.
Sosa, Gonzalez, give me my crow. I picked both of those guys.
Ness laughed at them, so he laughs at you, I guess.
All right, but we gotta quit it with he's duck. They not putting out the offers. They not putting out no figures to say this was so and so turned down. So you don't know what these guys. You can say they turned down the deal. What the deal looked like? We saw them lowball the guy. Your guy just sold 3,000 tickets with Usyk on the undercard. They don't say much of an A side. So you don't make
Usyk
champions. You ain't.
Yo, they're shutting down the Jersey Turnpike for Usyk.
Oh my God. You don't have to defend him, Indy. I'm going to give him his credit in a minute. You don't have to defend. Can I get my call out the way? I'm trying to make this quick. Got something to do.
Okay, bro. All right, let you go.
Dominated who I thought was his best opponent to date, Jason Sosa. Not Walters. Walters, your layoff. I didn't think it was going to be a best opponent. I picked based on the tape. I picked based on the tape last night, and Lomachenko said, change what the tape shows. Don't worry about the Salido fight no more. He dominant. But I will say one thing. If he's on your pound for pound list, I need you to look up and down that list that ESPN got, Boxing Scene got, all those places got, and you will see he about one of the only ones ain't doing USADA or VADA. And this dude ain't stopped moving all night. I get it, you're 130 pounds. You can move a lot. You smart. But hey, something don't look right. Something don't look right to me. These guys, he moving up in weight. He punching harder. I don't know what y'all talking about. He ain't got no power. He hit Sosa in the body, and Sosa face said, "Ugh," and then he mocked him. He broke his ribs a few times. It looked like it dude can punch.
He broke his ribs.
I'm just saying.
Shit! Now we went from Dr. MD to fucking Scorsese, PhD over here.
He fucked the body. I'm saying he fucked his body up a few times. There's a few times I seen Lomachenko get hit to the body, and he based and a clinch was caused, and he just threw the dude off him like, "Come on, give me more." I'm like, yo, if I
thought I was being negative. Now the man juicing. Come on, man. You got a way of making your calls the most hateable calls ever.
So if you let me talk, you went out to interrupt me. I was finna say,
yo, his nipples are glow in the dark too.
Look, okay, look at this. This is my point. If he is doing this without cheating and he proves it, that just shows how great he really is, and he can get full credit for that. That's what I'm saying. That's why he do it so legacy can live. That's my point. I'm going.
How does he prove it?
Hey, Scorsese.
You ain't got the answers, man. You ain't got the answers.
You always wanted to use that one.
We're going to request that you individually wash his drug test, right? So you could come back and you could be positive about one call. Just one call.
Yo, we're going to go out to first-time caller. So, first-time callers know we give this first-time caller intro, and then you hear the sound bite. You go ahead and you introduce yourself, tell the world who you are, where you're calling in from. So we're going to go out to 516941.
Long Island.
Hey, TBV.
What's up? Let us give you the intro, and then go ahead and introduce yourself, okay?
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, making his professional debut.
Hey, TBV, it's Tasha. How you guys doing?
What's up? Tasha, I started thinking, are you the same Tasha that was in the chat a while ago, or is it two different people? Because we did have a Tasha in the chat once a blue.
I think it's a different person. No,
right.
I think it's a different person. I'm usually very low-key and shy.
Okay.
Well, not today. What did you think of the fight?
Are you a Lomo fan?
I thought that Lomachenko was – I'm a big Lomo fan.
Let's hear it.
I thought that Lomo was very accurate with his punches. I think that he does have power, but not knockout power. I think that it was more of a psychological game when he's fighting people. Like what he did to Nicholas Walters is exactly what he did to Sosa. He just broke him down. And I do not think that he should go up in weight.
So no Mikey Garcia for Lomo.
Not yet. Not yet. I think that he needs to build more of a name for himself and fight a few more people and then go up. And then go after a heavy hitting contender.
Yes.
Who should he fight, Tasha?
He should fight Matt's request, Miguel Prunell.
Miguel Burchelt.
Purnell.
Burchelt. There's a T at the end.
Burchelt.
I thought it was Burchelt.
Burchelt.
Same thing.
Burp.
Let Tasha finish your call.
Do I think that he should fight him?
Yeah. Do you know him?
Do you know him?
No, I do not know him. No.
So it wouldn't even matter.
No, I don't know him.
So what about the other cards? Did anybody else on the card attract you, or were you strictly Lomo?
No, you know what? I don't know a lot about Alexander Gostic, whoever fought Gonzalez, but I thought he was great.
Oh my God! You just made
He
Matt
definitely
happy
surprised
again.
me. He has great movement.
He looked like
He has really good movement. But I don't think that he should fight. I know he called out Kovalev after the match. Did he call out Kovalev for the winner of Kovalev Ward?
Yeah, he said if Kovalev won, he would still fight him, and he knows that Kovalev has unfinished business with Ward, and hopefully he can, pick up where he left off. But he would fight both. He did say in the post fight that he would fight both Ward and Kovalev.
I do not think that he could beat Ward. I don't think that he could beat Ward. Kovalev probably, but we all know that Ward is going to win that fight.
I don't think that he would beat Kovalev.
I don't think.
And we don't all know that he's going to win that fight.
We may know.
Not MD.
He didn't win the first one. He didn't win the first one. He didn't win the first one. 73% of the internet. The biggest site on the internet.
But what counts with 3 judges?
I disagree with that.
Mm.
Yeah, I disagree with that.
Okay.
I think that
You know what? You changed my opinion. I think Ward won the fight. Now you disagree with it.
and he won.
You think what? Why do you see him win? Because he did get knocked down.
He adjusted to Kovalev. He did in the early rounds. He got knocked.
He was like the little engine that could. I feel you.
And he was able to beat him.
Oh.
And 3 other judges saw that.
Exactly.
And that is the only thing that matters, right, Tasha? Those judges saw him win. MD, you're wrong. You're gonna have to bet on Kovalev again.
73% of the internet, Nest, which is the internet, right?
Not
That's
73%
all the others. 73%.
Don't say that.
73%.
That's not true.
73%.
73% of bad left
The
hook.
internet.
73%.
Bad left hook.
How triggered are you guys? How triggered are you guys?
Tasha, I want to thank you for mustering up the courage to call in. I know Monster Piece is somewhere listening. Very happy. She already texted me. So
you're gonna be able to be sanctioned from a 3rd fight if you get knocked out 2 fights, Matt?
Fan base.
It's okay, Snowflake. I'll come after you after a little Stevie's done.
You guys are very disrespectful talking over Tasha because you have this little feud, like 2 children.
Oh, okay, Ness. Ness is the biggest child. You just don't wear a diaper.
I am, but at least I respect the callers.
No, you don't. You do when it's convenient to you, but it's all right. Thanks for calling in, Tasha. I appreciate your courage.
MD is the boss, baby.
Thanks, guys.
Thank
keep
you.
Listening.
All right.
Thank you.
Bye, Tasha.
Man, that is not how you treat a first-time caller, MD and Matt. Bunch of weirdos arguing with each other over the same garbage. MD, why are you so mad? Always.
I was not mad at all. I was just wondering if a 3rd fight could be commissioned if Matt gets knocked out twice.
MD got upset because she brought up Ward and Kovalev, and you know how MD gets triggered about Ward and Kovalev. It's okay.
But you always, Matt, you got to get a win. This guy's always going to take shots at you.
Do you think the person that speaks with a lisp is the one that gets triggered or no? Like, just hear the affectation in your voice. If you don't know what that word is, you can look it up.
I have a speech impediment, asshole, but it's okay.
Me too. And it
I wasn't.
All right, we got a lot of callers. I'm gonna go to the milkman, baby.
I wasn't talking about the tone. I was talking about the affectation.
That didn't sound right. I got my babies on this show today.
Have a speech.
I told y'all a long time ago, the Kirkland will go down 3 rounds.
Next, I got milk, baby.
I got a speech impediment.
What's up, TBV?
What up, Milkman?
All right, man. Can I get the bell, please?
Of course. Ding, ding, ding. Let's go. Lomachenko
All right, so all right. First of all, I think now that we have more ladies calling in, y'all have to get another intro that says making her professional debut. Just FYI. Two, as far as Lomo is concerned, listen, man, he hit that dude with everything but the fucking kitchen sink. It was almost like watching Roberto Duran and Sugar Ray Leonard again. Does he have power? Yeah, he has power. It's not one punch knockout power, but he has velocity, and speed, which is like a bunch of peppering shots. He has enough to get your respect. You just ain't gonna walk into no dumb shit. But let me throw this at y'all, and I'm very serious about it. I think it could happen. Lomo is in the same position Canelo was in 2013. Lomo can face the biggest name in boxing, and if he should lose, his stock will still go up. I think his next fight, or next fight or two, he should make a fight with Manny Pacquiao at 140. I think that fight can happen. And I think that regardless of the outcome, I think the styles will make a good fight. And his stock will go up. Then he can go back down and keep doing what he's doing. What do y'all think about that?
That's a business fight. That's not a real fight. Manny Pacquiao will put it on Lomachenko. Don't you agree, Matt? Don't you agree, MD?
Yeah, but it's difficult to jump frog Mikey Garcia at this point now because they've been so public with each other. So it's difficult to jump him. I think that other guys like Crawford, I think, are more likely to get a
But Manny Pacquiao is the name.
Yeah, I don't think that he's going to get a Pacquiao fight. I think it's going to be Crawford who's going to get. It's going to come from Top Rank, and it's going to be a younger guy if they get a shot, right? So it's going to be Terrence Crawford.
What makes more money for a Top Rank? A Crawford Lomo fight or a Crawford Pacquiao fight?
Honestly, I could see it being very close. Maybe Crawford being a bigger star right now.
Nah,
No way. Pacquiao and Lomo?
Yeah. Pacquiao Lomo makes more money, plus is in-house, so it would super.
So would Crawford be?
Crawford.
But Crawford, he already did 50, bro. Lomo's got.
Are you sure? But by what metric is Lomo bigger than Crawford? I think Crawford might be bigger than Lomachenko.
Credentials wise, though, right? They're throwing his name around pound for pound. They're talking about his medals. He's got that story that could.
The same thing when Crawford fought.
What do you mean? They didn't fight yet.
They said the same thing when Crawford fought, that he could be the best pound for pound fighter. HBO.
Instagram as a game.
They should make that fight next. If he loses, his stock will still be all right. He can go back down and keep fighting. I'm done.
Too soon.
That is true, MD. Look, if he wins, he's a star. If he loses, he lost to Pacquiao.
No, but I just think, again, like Crawford is, if Bob Arum's going to give a younger fighter, I mean, again, I think Crawford beats, I don't know. Like, that's what I'm saying. Crawford's going to get a Pacquiao fight eventually. The second Pacquiao looks vulnerable and Bob Arum's willing to match them together. We'll see, right?
I don't know. I think he's right. The Pacquiao-Lomo fight seems like a more sellable fight.
No, it's not. Not even close.
Why not?
I think people. First of all,
because Americans would be into that shit. Crawford Pacquiao.
Nobody knows what Lomo is saying. People understand Terrence Crawford.
The way you sell the Crawford Pacquiao fight is go Crawford's a younger Mayweather. What can Pacquiao look good against a guy that is defensive and he's a black slick fighter? People are gonna be saying that. There's more of a storyline with Crawford and Pacquiao. They've been in each other's headlines for a while. Their names have been connected for a long time.
Crawford came from like a rough neighborhood in Nebraska, was shot in the head. He has a story. He can speak English. What are they going to do with Lomachenko? He's a very good boxer.
He plays with duckies in the tub. Come on.
He has 2 gold medals. Come on, Ness. You know that stories matter.
Plays with
and the fact that a potentially great American in Crawford has the chance to dethrone Pacquiao, like that's going to be a good sellable fight, much more than Lomachenko.
To be fair to Lomachenko, I know I said it's weird that he plays with rubber duckies, but the caption on the picture or the video was, I play with these ducks in the water or in my tub, some shit like that, the way that I play with fighters, and he keeps proving that. So, whatever. Let him play with his fucking rubber duckies.
Just reintroduced, and I don't think many have followed this Saturday.
Straight to the point for those with attention deficit. I'm so repetitive, so I gotta repeat. Stainless from the streets to the deep. I'm coming with that heat. All you need to know about me, I'm coming with that heat.
Who made that intro for you, man?
Yeah. Oh man, that's me, man. You know, I get around. You know, I do a little thing too. I'm like semi-retired now, but I still love music.
Oh, you said your own intro to the Boxing Voice.
I love music like I love one.
Okay.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. I love it. So you know what I'm saying. I had to make sure that
good work.
Feel like, oh yeah, Spain was with TBV.
Let's talk about Lobo.
As far as this fight, yeah, you know what I'm saying. It's family affiliation for me. You know what I'm saying. They need to know like, oh yeah, he with them. You know what I'm saying. Like we go to ciphers now. You know what I'm saying. We spar, we battle. I got on my TBV shirt. You know what I'm saying. Like they know this cat did not come to play. You know what I'm saying. He came to take names and eat niggas alive. You know what I'm saying. So, but you know what I'm saying. It's my Sunday chat time with my family. So, you know what I'm saying. I just wanted to say, as far as that Loma fight, that was a decent fight. Like I said, I don't see Sosa being above top 5 in that weight class. So, you know what I'm saying. It was a decent fight against a decent opponent. You know what I mean. Nestor, I disagree with you as far as seeing him step up. I mean, Pacquiao stepped up to fight De La Hoya. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, Lomachenko is one of those great fighters, and if we believe he is great as we think he is, then if he's willing to take the challenge, then let the man take that challenge. You know what I'm saying? I personally don't think that he could beat Garcia, but I think that it would be a great fight. I think that it would be a great fight to have on the West Coast and a great fight to have a TBV West Coast party at. That's probably why I'm so big on this fight. But if he stayed at 130, I think Bercho would be a great fight for him. After seeing what he did to Francisco Vargas, and I know that Lomachenko was calling out Vargas before Bercho dismantled him. So I think that would be a decent fight for him. As far as the Usyk fight, I still was not impressed by Usyk. I mean, Michael Hunter, I try to cheer USA, but who the fuck is that guy? I mean, that was a fight that was too early for Michael Hunter, and it went 12 rounds like I said it was going to go 12 rounds. So, I mean, the ref could have stopped it at any time in that last 30 seconds, but it went 12 rounds like I said it would. What is it? Volga Dick. That was a good fight, man. He made Gonzalez look like shit, man. Ness, you was there, right? Were they saying Suka in the audience, or was that just me?
That's what I said. People thought they were saying Sosa, who called in, and he wasn't saying. They weren't saying Sosa. They were saying something definitely in, Ukraine. But Suka could have been that.
Suka is a Ukrainian or Russian word for bitch. You know what I'm saying? I work with a lot of Ukrainian people. But it's
I definitely ain't saying that's what they were saying.
Where do you live? Because I wasn't aware that in Maryland they had so many Ukrainian.
Well, it was only 2,800. It wasn't, and all of them were not Ukrainian, obviously. But I didn't think that. I'm so shocked that that's such a small arena, right? Like at least the theater is 4,400. I wonder why they made that so small. But yeah, I didn't know that they had that many either. And casual. It's a very nice location though, for sure, man. It looks very nice, very, very nice.
Wait, are we gonna give Stainless's outro?
It is.
You know how he does it.
So bring him on.
Matt, that's my dude. I was just thinking like my outro. Man, please make sure that you share this in every episode of the Boxing Voice podcast and get on that Patreon too, man, so you can catch up with the rest of us. Peace.
I'm a motherfucking
Monster. You know who I miss? I miss Blackface.
What?
I said I miss Blackface. Remember Blackface?
Do miss Blackface. Good evening, good afternoon,
exactly.
Good night, good morning.
And then the fly.
Sayonara. See you later. Hasta Dios. What's going on, fellas?
What up, Monster?
Great call. Shout out to Tasha. I love it, man. I love it when the females call a call. I love it when casual fans call. I love it when hardcore fans call. I like it when people are calling the show because this is, as Info Joe says, the #1 podcast on YouTube. So hit those thumbs up, share the show. And great weekend. We had a fight. I'm not complaining except for like the Usyk and Hunter fight. Oh my God. It was good enough to watch, not good enough to watch them again. So I'm gonna leave it at that. What do you guys think?
Well, I think that Usyk is every bit of a 11-0 champion, and Michael Hunter overachieved on being a 12-0 fighter.
I thought Tevin Farmer and Gervonta Davis fight was bigger than the Alexander Usyk Michael Hunter on IG. That shit was like on everybody's timeline. So no matter, it was like on the Boxing Voice.
It's not on my timeline yet. But I said this, and we'll be probably sharing it tomorrow morning. It's like the weekend highlight.
Yeah, that was the biggest.
What happened?
That was bigger than the fights.
That Usyk and Hunter. I mean, what the fuck was Hunter doing? Does he know how to keep his hands up? I hate it when a fighter doesn't know how. Like Ali Sosa last night. You know, like you could tell the guy was keeping his hands up. He was trying to block some shot. I mean, he wasn't as successful. I'm gonna get into that later, but I'm saying like this Hunter guy. I mean, come the fuck on, bro. Like he was trying to like roll up the punches, but I'm not sure if he just takes a good shot or Usyk is just not that powerful. But whatever the case may be, I'm not interested in seeing them again, or I really don't care unless they're gonna fight somebody that I don't know. It's interesting. I don't really feel like seeing them again, but that's what I think about that fight. The other fight ended too early, so I don't care. Pretty good, whatever. Lomachenko versus Sosa. Okay, so in my opinion, I think.
Yo, was you hurt? Was you hurt because Sosa lost, and you know that's your Puerto Rican brother?
Why? Because I have his phone number and I can try to get them on the. I tried to get them on the show last time, but it was difficult. But we're gonna try to bring them back on again. Based on that, no, you know that I went for Lomachenko, so stop it. No, I'm not sad. I kind of expected Lomachenko to win. I actually thought Sosa was gonna be a little bit more competitive. I really thought it was gonna be a split decision. But it ended in a stoppage in the 10th round. And according to some people on Twitter, MD, did you predict that? I never heard it.
He was competitive.
He did. But I think he predicted a round after, and it was a round before.
I predicted round 10, yes.
Oh, okay. Well, okay. Oh, shout out to you then, because I was not expecting that at all. I really thought it was going to go the distance. I expected Sosa to be a little bit more challenging, that he was going to put a little bit more pressure on him, you know, and just slow him down, but or give him some problems. But it wasn't. It was a complete wash. You know, no disrespect to Sosa, but it really was a complete wash. And Lomachenko really just was excellent last night. And he's a little firecracker, that motherfucker. Like, if you don't put that fire down, that shit is going to spread all over the fucking ring. And the motherfuckers are not going to be able to escape that. So you can't let this motherfucker get his timing, because when he does, it's over. And it's over for you. So he's really good. Lomachenko's good. I don't know if I would put him a pound for pound yet. He needs to fight a great fighter, I believe, you know. And if he has to move up in order to get to that point, then he has to continue moving up then. At 130, final thought, I would like to see him fight Garcia, definitely. But I actually wanted
Garcia's
to see him fight more Linares.
Garcia.
I know, but
Linares
hey,
is 135.
if he could go up. He said that he was he said that he was willing to go up to 135. There's nobody at 130. I mean, a lot of people are saying Gervonta Davis could beat him. I don't know. I don't know about that yet, guys.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
but anyways, I'll leave that
said he's
conversation
not
up
ready
to
for
y'all.
that.
Who's a lot of people though? Name names. I just want like.
And who's a lot of people?
Well,
who are you
not a lot-
following?
Not a lot of people. You're right. I'm following this one particular female.
And Monster, I follow 43 people. You're one of them.
Oh, Monster, he follows you.
I'm saying 43 people. You made the list. You made the list.
On the phone right now.
Feel special, monster. That's what he's trying to tell you. That's what he's trying to tell you. Feel special.
As co-worker, as fellow co-workers and TBV family member, I would assume your ass would be fucking following me, because guess what? I'm following you too. I mean, what the fuck was that supposed to mean?
I know.
No, I was just.
That was his dry humor. His dry humor, you know.
His super dry Florida, whatever the fuck that is, humor. Stop it, Google.
That means he just added you.
We're the lightning capital of the world. We get plenty of rain.
Well, MD, I am honored that you're following me. I really am. Hopefully you like
I'm
some
honored.
of the bullshit
Hey,
that I
listen,
talk.
listen, monster. I'm honored that he's following you.
I'm honored just.
He's the worst. You're the worst, MD. You're the worst.
I'm part of it.
I hope to. MD, we need to. I really want to meet you. I'm so now more than ever. Before I never really cared to meet you, but now I kind of do.
I don't think you will mention meeting.
Wishing on a star.
No matter where you are.
He's hiding from us. I remember that one caller.
Yo, what are you talking about? I'm just singing. Really Stop it. Listen, monster. Pedazo
Good night.
Monster, have you ever been to a TBV appreciation night?
Who?
Monster.
She's been to those.
Okay, was MD there?
Yo, what is up with this? Leave MD alone.
You would not never meet him.
Yo, what you mean?
I would never meet this guy, but I'm curious now. I really want to meet him. Bring the girl. Monster.
All you got to do is head on over to ThaBoxingVoice.com/Border Wars, and you can be in MD's corner. How about that? Catch me outside. Bye.
Catch you outside. Bye. Slap the backboard on that.
Yo, damn, we got a lot of people here. Inner Circle's up in here. Casbah's in it. Casbah was at the appreciation night. Santiago was at the appreciation night. Santiago, what up?
Not much. Just here watching the main event of tonight's CBC card while listening to the show. Obviously, it was a showcase fight for all the Ukrainian A sides. You know, Alexander Usyk and Alexander Vosdik. They all did what they had to do. Lomachenko, beautiful, aggressive boxing. Very technical, very graceful in what he did to basically force Sosa's corner to throw in the towel. And to answer the ongoing question that you guys have had, I would say he has respectable power in the sense that it keeps his opponents honest. It's not the kind of power that you simply walk through and think, oh, it's nothing, you know. It's not Paulie Malignaggi level power. So
I was teasing.
Yeah, but at the same time, though, I personally feel that he should probably still, follow suit with Golovkin and try to unify the 130-pound division before making his stake at the 135-pound division, where I think he should cap off. I can't see him going up any higher than 135 if he ever finally makes the jump up there. And the Ray Beltran fight, as far as I'm concerned, would actually be a great entry-level fight, depending where Beltran stays at in his career.
Santiago, I have a question for you.
Casual. Shoot, casual.
Yeah, what's up, Santiago? There's a triangle, right? You just said you don't see him jumping up further than 135. And I just draw a triangle, and in that triangle it says Garcia for Mikey and Broner for Adrian, and Loma on the top. Do you see him challenging any of them to make himself great?
I could see it. He looks to be the kind of guy who wants to make the stain that he's, a great fighter. He's not looking to just collect a paycheck or make millions off it. He looks to be the kind of guy that wants to be remembered as one of the boxing greats out there. But at the same time, I think he needs to take his time making up to 135. Like I said, unify the 130-pound division. He's got the likes of Corrales, Davis, and Burchell. The Burchell fight would be one to look forward to, and I think would be a great fight for Lomachenko against the guy who basically gave someone like Francisco Vargas, who went to war with Toledo, tough fight.
Gervonta Davis?
I got a question. You think that the reason they're even mentioning Mikey is because they know that Golden Boy isn't going to put Burchell, who they have an option on, in there, and they know that neither is Mayweather going to put Davis in there. So, you know, you want him to unify, but can he really?
Well, yeah, obviously you've got your promotional issues right then and there, you know. It seems like Corrales would probably be one of the viable options, really, but you could make the fight. It's not unheard of already. You know that Golden Boy and Top Rank have had co-promoted shows before, so it's not like it can't happen.
Santiago, always a pleasure.
As well.
Oh, sorry. Go for it.
As always, if you guys have any questions you want to ask about any of the topics at hand or off topics, feel free to ask. Otherwise, that's my call.
All right, brother. Well, we did ask you 2 questions, so you got your wish this time. We're going to go to, I think we have
Boxing MD.
Boxing MD. Boxing MD. Actually, we have Boxing MD's rival.
Popping all this champagne, popping all this rosé, getting money like Jose, chain code, Norway, shorty wants that foreplay, I'm like, no way, gotta rock it like Coldplay, killing it, OJ, getting cheese like Green Bay, call me Aaron Rodgers, hopped out that Dodger, dodging them cops.
Yo, boys, what's going on? How you guys all doing tonight? You know what? I definitely have to disagree with you guys, man. I had a bunch of people come over, some friends and family today. We were all just chilling at my house, and I put on the fights for them, and all 3 of the fights, man, they love them. They absolutely love them, and these guys are a mix between casual and people that actually like boxing, man. So I mean, I don't know why you guys are shitting on the card, man. The first card, although Usyk, I expected more from him. It was an interesting story because you saw the tide come, like, just change, right? Like Hunter was winning, and he was winning, and he was kind of.
So Jose, what you heard is a result of if you try to be as negative as you can about what little negative you saw and just emphasize it. That's what you heard.
Yeah, man. I mean,
I enjoyed my night. I enjoyed my night of boxing on HBO.
It showed a human side of boxing too, man, which is a narrative that HBO always brings up, and I like it too, man. That not everyone can be champion, even though there's a million belts floating around. Not everyone can be champion, right? And Hunter, you know, his dad before him couldn't be it, and he won't be able to be it, right? And I thought that was cool. And then from there, you know, Gossick.
Yeah, but wait a minute. See, this is exactly. See, MD calls it negativity. No, it's just me bringing light to the dishonesty from the network. Why would you say such a statement that Hunter's father couldn't be champion, neither would he? Why?
Well, Washington, huh? Why the
Let him explain it, please.
Why would I do it? Because it's true, man. That's the beautiful thing about this sport, man. Like, a lot of people don't realize that at the end of the day, it's 2 men in the ring beating the shit out of each other. But ultimately, all these guys that do it, very few of them actually get to the top, man. And the guys that are at the top, they're truly special. And sometimes we shit on them without knowing that.
But why would Hunter not be able to?
Because he got beat already. He was
because he got beat up by somebody. Right? Because he got beat up by somebody that HBO served him to. Hunter wasn't supposed to be in there. He was not on the same level. That is the point that I'm making. And now fans like you, who are casuals, who stumble on that broadcast, all of a sudden write Hunter off when he was a 12-0 prospect who was just an Olympian. He was not an 11-0 Olympian named Usyk, who is heavily touted. But that's what they tried to paint him off to boost Usyk, and that's what I'm saying. Call it negativity. It's honesty. They're selling you bullshit and lies, and I'm telling the truth.
I don't know what they sold me, but I saw the record 12 with 8 KOs, 11 wins versus 10 KOs, and I immediately said Usyk will win. And I'm a casual fan. I don't know either of them.
Yeah, as a casual fan, did you not see the belt? As a casual fan, did you not see his belt around his?
Adonis Stevenson is about to fight Fun 4 again.
Okay, what does that mean?
You know
nothing. What? It means nothing.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
He's becoming less and less more important every time he talks.
I'm becoming less more important.
The whole point is this guy.
Leave it at that.
Listen, guys. This guy had a shot at the belt. 12 fights in, 11 fights in, whatever it's going to be. This guy's going to fight his whole career, and he's never going to be a champion, plain and simple. That's even if he got served up or not. That's what's going to happen. So at the end of the day, the second fight, you know, you got Gustik, whatever, beat the shit out of a guy who did well against Pascal, and Pascal was in the ring with Hopkins and Kovalev, and you know, this was no give me, and he like wiped the floor with him. Super entertaining fight. At first, you saw Gonzalez come out, and he was bringing it to him, right? And then lastly, you saw Lomachenko, man. I'm telling you, to a person there, everybody was like, holy fuck, this guy is amazing. And instantly, everyone was like, this is my new favorite boxer. This guy, like, just seeing him fight, man, it's like art. Like, the guy's got footwork, and he's got movement, and his hands.
This is what I'm saying, dude. This is what I'm saying. Pascal is notorious for being bad with the stamina. That's why he looked bad versus Uneski Gonzalez. This is what I'm telling you about matchmaking. We're talking about a guy that got knocked out back to back, and they serve him to another guy to get knocked out again. And you're
he wasn't knocked out by Pascal. Great. He was not knocked out by Pascal, and I believe he wasn't knocked out by Shabransky as well.
At the end of the day, it still was a good fight, man. I don't know why you're shitting on it. Like, whether it was, there's a lot of guys that get served up chumps and they can't even finish them. They can't even beat them, right? This guy got served a bum, if you want to call him that, and he fucking took him out the way a champ's supposed to do it. He took him out. He knocked him the fuck out. It was entertaining as hell. He did it within 3 rounds. He got the excitement up, and then Lomachenko went in and he did what he had to do, and he took care of business as well, man. At the end of the night, it was a fucking nice night of boxing, man. Whether these guys fought superstars or not, it was entertaining. I don't know, man. Like, you got to see it live, man. You're fortunate, bro. I don't know why you're complaining, man. This is fucking
He's just negative. He's negative and bitter. It's negative and bitter. It sounds like Jose, doesn't it?
I'm being honest. I'm being honest. And this is why I'm
negative.
His call is exactly why I'm being honest.
Yeah, he had a good time. And he sounds like a happy boy in a fucking candy store, right? And you're just like, bro, matchmaking.
You're happy with that. You're happy with people being fooled because you have an agenda.
It's so funny you said that, because at the same time, I just laugh at how hypocritical you are about every single thing you say. That's all it's in my mind. That's how it goes. It's all good. You're so hypocritical. When I tell you that Danny Garcia was that fattened up pig, like the turkey, to get beaten because all of his opponents were perfectly matchmaked against, and you go, oh, you got to believe Danny Garcia will win. He'll win. And then what did he do? What are we that ass whoop against Keith Thurman?
Talking about another fighter that has nothing to do with the conversation. I'm moving on.
Yeah, but exactly. The point I'm trying to make is you're the biggest hypocrite ever known to mankind.
That's why you're up.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Question, okay? The Lomachenko fight was awesome. He's the fighter right now that I look forward to watching. I mean, it's just he looks like he's going to be a legend. But my point, the question I had is about that Liam Williams fight. It was an obvious headbutt. Okay, the referee didn't call it. Now I was wondering why they don't institute instant replay, and then a corner could say, "Listen, at the end of the round, check it because it was a headbutt." And then if they're right, then they can go to the cards like they should have. If they're wrong, then during the fight, when the event happened, if they're wrong, well, they lose a point on the round. So if they're winning the round, it's an even round. If they're losing, then it's a 10-8 round. Why don't they institute a replay?
Well, it's the UK, man. They also have a 9-10 count over there, right?
Yeah. But what I'm saying is, like, I mean, it would resolve all the problems. Okay, at the end of the round, listen, check, it was a headbutt. Okay, so then they go and if the referee missed it, then we would see that they missed it, and then it's like like football. If your corner is right, then now because usually what happens is the MD was right. If it was a headbutt, they would have gone to the cards, and then Liam Williams would have won. Okay, but because the ref missed it, then they said, it was from a punch or whatever. It's a headbutt thing. If it's a headbutt, they go to the cards. Okay, the referee didn't call the headbutt, so that's how come it went the way it went. And they stopped the fight because the fighter couldn't continue, and this guy Liam Smith got the win. A replay, I don't understand. All sports have it now. Why they don't have incidents like that? At the big moments.
Well, it's kind of tough, man. To be fair with the UK, instant replay, I think it was only used once here in New Jersey. And it's not really used much in boxing. And it is from state to state and commission to commission. So, you know, that's about all I can really say as to why they didn't use it, guys. But thanks for calling in. Dan, we're gonna go to our new boomerang, Mr. Yes, sir. What's up, brother?
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm going to tell you right now. I know it's a long guy's list, so just boomerang me right after this. Because I got a lot to say anyway, so just boomerang me right after this.
All right, you got it, brother.
I was going to say, first of all, before I even start talking, you say the knockout of Mikey versus Lomachenko. In a simple yes, no, do you think it's like Canelo, like it's just a matter of when it's going to happen?
Nah. Mikey's not like that. I mean, even though he does ice people, he's not like that. I mean, you know, he gets you in like the later rounds. This new knockout is something new. We never seen him do it this early, I don't think. He usually a 10 to 8 rounder. He's methodical. He breaks you down.
All right. I just wondering when you said like he's gonna knock him out. I was wondering, did you think it was like a con, like no matter what, it's gonna come? I thought it was like that type of shit.
No, I just really think he's a bigger guy, and it's not like normally when I pick against a guy who's smaller just based off. I mean, Mikey actually has power. I mean, he's legitimate power and legitimate skill. Remember, before Mikey's layoff, we were calling him pound for pound.
I agree. But before now I'm going to talk. I'm going to nominate myself as since the third of the year is over. I'm the caller of the year so far because I don't know if you guys remember the last show. I did predict 9th round stoppage, easy work, Lomachenko. I don't know if you guys want to go check that. I predicted.
Only Steven. Only Steven can give us the answer to that. He's at work today.
And you don't get to nominate yourself for caller of the year either.
Oh fuck that! I just did. What else? And also now I said Usyk was going to look pretty crappy. And Hunter, even though he was young, he showed that good like combination left to think that was fucking Usyk up for a while. That left to the body. I don't know why he stopped throwing it, but you know Usyk might have to start changing that defense because he looked pretty open to body shots and he already gasses out naturally. And plus, I think he titty tats with his punches. Now, as for the Lomachenko and Garcia,
I want to see Usyk in there with Steve Cunningham. Nah, I'm joking. I'm really joking.
Good.
No,
someone with a strong jab, I think. Someone with a strong jab.
Yeah, but not Cunningham.
I think someone with a strong jab fucks with these. I think that's what hurts these Ukrainian fighters. Anyone with a strong jab hurts them, and I think that's what beats Lomachenko. And that's why I agree with Matt that I can't pronounce his name, Bamelshi, whatever.
Brelchek.
I think that's the only reason that's the only reason he beat. That was the difference between him and a Rocky fight. When I called in, I said it was the jab. If you're able to, people got to understand. Salido, yeah, he beat him, but it's the style that beat. It's the style that beat Lomachenko. If you're able to just one strong ass jab him, it's gonna be cool. You could grab him. You could stop all that sweet science and all that shit. It's going to be ugly, just like Salido fight, but if you strong jab him, you can stop his ass. Because he gets hit first, was able to jab him. His pressure makes you gun shy. If you just strong, that's why I honestly think Robert Easter could beat him. He's tall enough, he has the length enough, and if he just steps back and just jabs the shit out of him, and the grab after that, Lomachenko can't use that angles on him. He can't do it. And I think Mikey's the same way. But I think he could beat Mikey if I play both sides of it. He just has to lower his punch count. You won't see the Lomachenko that you see right now throwing all these punches. You'll see sweet-ass movement with just about maybe 2 or 3 punches. He'll lower that punch count real low. And I think that might start to fuck with Mikey with all that movement. Like, Mikey has the power on him, but will Lomachenko really be there clear enough to get fleshed powered out? And I think that's how he could beat Mikey Garcia. That's probably it. Yeah, my boomerang went in effect. Thank you guys, and keep it up.
You still got 2 minutes on your final boom.
Oh, do I really? All right. Fuck it. I keep talking about it. And fuck it. I'm high as fuck. I'm smoked out. I'm watching Josecito Lopez.
Yo, what do you
He's
think
looking
about
like
Lomo's
shit.
power though? What do you think about the power though? What do you think about his power?
Oh, that's good. You bring that up, Ness. That's why I am caller of the year. I'm nominating myself again. On the last call, I said Lomachenko don't fight with power. Him and his father, they want to stop people. They fight to stop people. They don't fight to knock you out. They don't do it. They do not do it. So when you say he titty taps, you can see when he punches. He's throwing like 1, 2, 3 to hurt you. That's why here comes another 5 to hurt you. He's not in there to knock you out. He's in there to make you quit. You got to give that serious knowledge, because anyone could get knocked the fuck out as boxing. But for you to say, like, go back to your homeboys at your training camp, go back to your family, like, oh, you quit? Yeah, Lomachenko made me quit. That's fucking serious shit, man. You can't quit in boxing. Anyone gets knocked the fuck out. You know, Big Bad Tyson got knocked the fuck out, and we live with it. But for you to say you quit, Lomachenko is making people quit. That's serious shit, man. That's serious, man. I think people got to really give that more.
But according to Ness, he has pillow hands, so it's not that serious according to Ness.
No, like I said, it's they fight by design to either make your corner stop you, or the ref. They fight to make you look stupid. It's a sick will that him. You can say by the way they train, the way they talk, even in their little interviews, they're cocky in a very sick way. But it's cool to watch. It's fun. You guys have a good night.
I do want to bring that up. You know, that really entertained me. I know that most of the haters didn't make us this deep in the show, but our loyalists, they have. And that really entertained me is, I don't know, what word to use. MD, help me out, man. You're so fucking smart. Give me a nice word here. He wanted to, like, torture Sosa, right? Like, it's kind of true, the theory that Mr. Yes Sir says. He was punishing him, he does a lot of body work, and then he did the bull thing. And don't get me wrong, I'm saying it in that tone of voice.
Because he's dictating the pace. He's dictating the pace of the fight. That's the definition of ring control.
But the taunting, I'm speaking specifically of the taunt. I loved it.
That's why casual is casual, and he doesn't think that he's exciting and he doesn't taunt,
No disrespect to Jason Sosa and Chino and none of them, because, I liked it. Hopefully that doesn't bother them, but I did. It entertained me, even when he punched him in the body and the bell rang, and then he just mocked him by curling over, I like it. I really do.
See, I definitely like mocking, like clowning people, as long as you're punishing them. I don't like people when they're clowning and not punishing. You feel me, Ness? There's a difference there. And he clowned and punished.
He did. But that's my thing. I want to see him do that with guys that are a little bit more on his level, but it was so entertaining to watch him do it. The smiles, the smirk, like he's really putting on a show. Like I said that in the beginning. I know it always gets lost, but he is putting on a show, right? Let's get back to our boomerang, Jose. What's up, brother?
Yo, this is boomerang status, and this is why I was calling, man. I was calling in to give a positive opinion on boxing, and this is why you should get the boomerang, because all of a sudden you get your call jacked over there, and Ness is trying to say I'm some casual fan, man. At the end of the day, man, you just don't appreciate what you have. That's it, man. That's your own fault, not mine. Who'd be silly enough to cover a sport, drive hours, and have a shitty time, man, and not enjoy what they saw, man? To me, that's not a sports fan. That's somebody who just went with the intention of not enjoying himself, man. Plain and simple. That's your fault, not mine. So this is why, to all the people that listen to the show, that call in, have your own opinion. Don't be afraid to voice it. People might tell you you're dumb. Just like I said, Chocolatito wasn't the fucking, the godsend boxer that everyone said he was. I said it, and I was proved right. So have your own opinion, even if you're wrong. If that's what you believe in, say it, right? If you think Mayweather's the best, then say it. If your friends at work are saying that Conor McGregor is going to beat him up and you don't believe that's true, then just have the balls and just speak what you want to say, right? At the end of the day, it's all just opinions, right? And I think with this Okay. After that, okay, back to the. Yo, look at this. MD, how do you put up with this, man? Jeez, hey, man, this is abuse. Yeah, is that Matt played all those sound bites of me? Yo, listen up. Lastly, what this
Jose, I have a new technique. Like I'll have like in one window, I'll have like notes or something. So like whenever it's just time for me to tune out, I tune out. You know what I'm saying? So
I hear you, man.
It's like meditation techniques, right?
Power is it's dead on, man. What he said, man. This guy has the power. The best boxers don't rely on their power alone, man. None of them do. None of the best boxers, look back, had that one punch power where they could knock somebody out, but they still had the power that they could take a guy out if they needed to, right? Over, a round or whatever, a succession of damage, they could do it. But he doesn't have that Maidana power where he could just punch someone in the face, or Matisse. But those guys weren't, top pound for pound guys either, right? So guys that are that strong and rely too much on their power just tend to live off that alone, and they're not complete, well-rounded boxers, right? So I think Lomachenko is everything that he needs to be. He's got the right amount of speed, the right amount of power, the right amount of ring intelligence. He's all-rounded, man, and there's nothing that he lacks, right? And speaking of all-rounded, all-around strong. Check it out. Back on track. I see that, there's a lot of sales going on now, so confident that's going to sell out, man. And MD, it'll be nice for two gentlemen to square off, man. We have like-minded opinions, so it'll be a battle amongst gentlemen there, my friend. So looking forward to it. And lastly, MD is going to make the next reunion show, and he's going to be having a couple of drinks with me. We're going to be talking about our war like Apollo and Rock. Peace, boys. Good night.
I don't know if he's gonna show up after you whoop his ass with all this shit talking he does and how much he talks about making his picks right. The last thing he wants to do is not make the pick of his own fight right.
Jose ain't winning. Come on.
I mean, you're an MD victim, so you would say that. That's what all the Triple G victims say about Triple G's next opponent. We're gonna go out the inner circle. Talk to us.
What's happening, bro? Hey, y'all hear me?
Loud and clear. What's going on, brother?
Nothing much, man. I just wanted to get my little shit off real quick. As far as the mass caller talking about, the opinions and stuff, I agree, man. But that shit he talking about with that HBO card, that's some bullshit. That card wasn't that good to me. Lomachenko, though, he did his thing. You know what I'm saying? He was the truth. I'm sold on him because he done did a couple of fights that I didn't expect him to do. I didn't expect him to beat Walters like he did. I didn't expect him to beat Sosa like he did. So I'm going to give him props. You know what I'm saying? But the Usyk card, that Usyk fight, and the other one before that, that shit was shit. It was trash. But as far as the power, he don't got power, man. If we gonna say Floyd Mayweather don't have power, then he ain't got power. Because when Floyd was the lower weight classes, he was knocking down Corrales, he was stopping Augustus. You know what I'm saying? So if we gonna say he ain't got no power, then Lomachenko ain't got no power either. You know what I'm saying? He got pop, but he ain't got no power, bro. But what I think he should do, man, I think he should go up, man. Because people at 130, I don't think nobody can see him at 130. He should go to 135 and get somebody like a Flanagan and get that third belt in the third weight class. You know what I'm saying? And then take on like a Beltran. And then go Mikey. But other than that, man.
Damn,
I don't think and another thing, I don't think he's trying to knock out his opponent. Somebody said he's going for the knockout now. Because if you listen to his father was in the corner saying stuff about people seeing his punches. I think they're trying to set him up, man, so they don't see the punches coming and knock him out like that. So I don't think he's trying to beat nobody in submission, man. I think he's really trying to knock him out, but I think he's trying to knock him out with a punch that they can't see. Just listen to his father in the corner, you know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, I give him props, man. He ain't pound for pound number one. He in my pound for pound top 5, but not number 1 like ACO gonna try to sell people. And, yeah, that's what.
Ness, do you have him in your top 50 or nah? Outside of it?
Inner Circle, thanks for calling in, brother. You all done? Actually, sounded like it. You all done?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
All right.
Yeah,
I mean, MD, you see, this is what I'm saying about you, MD. Haven't I already said how good I thought he did, how good I thought he looked? Well, I mean, I don't understand.
I just don't know. Like, do you not have a sense of humor? Or are you too cranky from the car ride?
I don't know if you have short-term memory, and I need to keep reminding you that I did good.
Is your binky in the refrigerator?
I wouldn't know what that is. Is that what Jew people call pacifier?
That's what a lot of people call pacifiers.
What, Ness? What you said? That's what people call pacifiers?
I mean, we don't call it we don't call it binky.
I
thought that was a blanket.
Ness, it's what people call pacifier?
I thought that's what Jews, that's what I said.
All right, Ness. Mr. MD is
asking you because you're Jewish and you're saying it's a binky. I'm fucking asking you, bro. You're trying
Never heard that term before?
You're trying to make it
it just something goes over your head and you have to listen, I'm just saying like you're
I don't have a binky. I never grew up.
I'm just saying that your statements are getting out there, not mine. Your statements are getting out there. Your statements are getting out there. You put yourself into the corner. I said nothing. I say nothing.
Get out there, MD. Let him get out there. What is wrong with you today?
I'm calm, cool, and collected. You're the
weird, MD. Like there's no need to make that weird, and you made it weird.
Make what weird? What weird?
Marcus is up. Don't worry about MD. Like I said, he's less and less important. That's why
I just wonder if you would have substitute that to if you would have substitute that for a different term. I think.
Are you being a snowflake right now, MD? You seem very
Marcus, you're up.
Triggered.
All right.
90 seconds.
Donald, you're up.
Yeah.
Hello?
We got you, Donald.
You're up, Donald.
Oh, okay. Boy, y'all been going on there. I don't know. The card was okay. I mean, I kind of feel like how
60 seconds.
They was giving the opponents to make them look good, which that's fine, because if you promoting somebody and you doing something, you do want to give them an opponent that's gonna make them look good. Michael Hunter, that fight could have easily got stopped because he was, a lot of the shots he was kind of like ducking and dodging and it wasn't hitting him. But I just think that's really fucked up how they just kind of fed Michael Hunter to Usnik like that. I mean, they could have at least let him get to like 18-0 or 19-0 and gave him a title shot. And maybe whoever the champion was at that time, he might have been able to, to win that fight. And y'all got to give him a crow because I picked Sosa, and I didn't pick him because I'm a Lomo head. I just picked him because sometimes when fights come up, I pick the super underdog, and sometimes I win big money like
10 seconds
to beat Klitschko at that time. I think I bet like $75 or $80, and I got back like $350 on that because he wasn't the favorite to win that fight, So I take my crow for that. And I serve crow? What? And as far as Lomachenko fighting Garcia, I mean, that's gonna be like the Gonzalez issue. It's like he gonna keep going up until he finally gets his ass whooped. And I think going to 135 to Garcia, that's gonna be that jump that's gonna get his ass whooped. I think he could still stay at 130, and if he stays at 130 a little bit longer and clean the 130 division out a little bit longer, by the time he grows to 135, at that time, Mikey will probably already be to 140 or even 147 by then. But I don't think he should take that Mikey fight because he's definitely going to get his ass whooped by Mikey if he goes into that fight right there. But, I mean, other than that, that other guy, I think it would be too early for him to be trying to call out Ward or Kovalev. I mean, if he wants to call somebody out, that's kind of at his level at this point, I think Arthur Beterbiev would be a perfect fight for him because Arthur Beterbiev is like in his position. Doesn't have a lot of fights, but is ready for a title shot, but shouldn't get it just yet. So I think those two guys should to fight to see who could get a title shot. But for Ward or Kovalev to be calling him out, no, that's a little bit too early. But Beterbiev would be a good fight for him. But that's all I got.
All right, Donald. Thanks for calling in. Let's get to 267 Philadelphia. Talk to me.
Uh-huh.
267, first time caller?
No. This is the analyzer from South Philly. I called before a long time ago.
The analyzer from South Philly. We're going to get you down now. What's going on, brother?
Not so much, man. Just wanted to check in with you guys. Lomachenko, he's for a good fight. He does move good. He has good feet. I think he was showing off. I think he's showing off a little bit too much. Because, the guys that he's fighting, he can do that now, but I doubt if he'll be showing up against anybody else and somebody with a higher caliber on his level or higher. So, I think he's trying to get more fans. Maybe that's why he's trying to do it. But, I think he's doing a little bit too much. I could do without that. I don't know what you guys think. I think I heard y'all say y'all like it, but I think he's showing off for just a little bit too much. For the caliber of the guys that he's fighting.
If he moves up to fight Mikey Garcia, I think that would be a good fight. Even though he doesn't have power, I think he can still win these fights. I think you can win fights without power. There's guys that's out there that don't have power and still good boxers and can win fights without power. So, I don't think the power is a big thing. I don't think that would be a big thing going towards his feet. Now, if he moves up, it would be a big thing as far as power. But where he's at now, I don't think the power I don't think the power is a problem.
Well, we were questioning moving up to 135. 135 is where Mikey is. He would have to move up. That's why I'm saying, he don't got the power to do that, I think. People are saying, no, he's not knocking him out because he's trying to punish them, make them quit. I didn't see Sosa get dropped or, nothing like that.
Yeah, I don't think he's trying to. I think he's just better than him. Trying to make him quit. I think that's just how it looks. I think he's just better than him. Just bottom line, he's better than who he's fighting.
Well, I want to thank you, obviously, for calling in. You said analyzer, right? The analyzer from South Philly. The analyzer. Thank you for calling in, brother. We appreciate your call. The analyzer, Matt, from South Philly. We're going to go to 818. Are you a first-time caller? 818.
No, what's up? It's AB.
AB, what up?
What's up, guys? I just want to talk about the card, and it was a great card. I don't know. People are saying that they got matched up to look good. Usyk got in with a guy that was an Olympian also. Michael Hunter was an Olympian, and he was undefeated.
Is he as touted? Is he as touted as Usyk? Is he as touted as Usyk? Has he ever fought anyone on the level of Glowacki? Has he ever beat a Glowacki? Where's his Glowacki at? Come on, man. Don't call in here like you're talking to casuals. Don't call in like you're talking to casuals. You know that fighter was served up.
Fighter, and he got dominated.
Served up.
He got dominated.
Served up.
Number two.
You want to lie to make your guy look better than what he did. Your guy struggled. Your guy struggled with somebody who isn't ready. He's not ready. He never fought nobody on that level. He was rushed.
Yo, AB, since I'm not interrupting your call, you're not being hijacked, for the record. Not at all.
Yeah, like I said, Michael Hunter, just because he wasn't tested before doesn't mean that he's not a talented fighter. And you don't even know if he would beat a guy like Marco Hogg or the guy that.
Yeah, we wouldn't know.
because he. Wait, they rushed him with a guy with 12 fights?
No, they rushed him with a guy with how many amateur fights? How much pedigree? How much? How heavily touted? How heavily touted was he? How heavily touted was he? How many defenses of his title did he make already? This was his second defense of his title. Stop it, man. You're a 12-0 prospect, man. Stop it.
Oh, okay. So he's a prospect, but Usyk isn't a prospect, right?
How is Usyk a prospect when he's a champion who beat Glowacki? He beat Glowacki, man.
He's still a prospect.
You're hilarious. You're hilarious. Go ahead, AB. I'll let you. You know what I'm going to do, AB? I'm going to start the call over. I'm going to start the 3 minutes over. I'm going to just shut up and let you lie. I'm going to let you lie.
What? I don't even know what you're arguing with me about. I said that I knew the fight was going to be close because Michael Hunter is no slouch. He was an Olympian that gave Beterbiev a tough fight in the in the Olympics. So I knew he was going to be no slouch for Usyk, and Usyk still dominated him. He almost stopped him in the 12th round. So that's impressive right there. Going on to Gvozdyk, Gonzalez was never stopped. You were here saying that, oh, Gonzalez, everybody, a lot of people thought that was a robbery. Gonzalez beat Pascal, and he goes out there and knocks him out in 3 rounds. Against basically that was a competitive matchup.
You sound just like Max Kellerman.
Number 3, Lomachenko. It's so funny how you say he's got.
Where'd you get that one from? Where'd you get that one from? Let me guess. The post fight, right before the post fight, he said, "Yeah, we got a guy here who many people thought was Rob versus Pascal. Let me just serve that narrative to all my casual listeners named fucking AB."
That's not true, Ness. A lot of us thought that he got robbed.
Exactly what Max Kellerman did.
Yeah, but we're educated boxing fans, and objectively, we thought that he got robbed against Pascal. A lot of us did, right? Come on, Ness, don't. Seriously.
The thing about Lomachenko having no power, that's just ridiculous. The guy's got 6 KOs and 8 wins. That's like a 75% knockout ratio. Okay, first of all, you don't have to knock someone out cold. In boxing, TKO, okay, if the guy quits, it's still called TKO. You don't have to always knock everybody out cold, all right? Number 2, he's got 2 one-punch knockouts. His first fight against Jose Ramirez, and he also knocked out Roman Martinez out. And one of the guys called in earlier. He's like, "Oh, wait a minute,
who the fuck is that guy?"
So it was a 2-punch. It was a 2-punch combination, okay. And whether you knock out someone called with a 1-punch combination or 2-punch combination, you got power, and that was coming up a weight class.
Why don't you quote the caller correctly? He was debating MD when MD tried to say he had 1-punch power, and he described it to MD that it was multiple punches on the way down.
When MD said what? Wait, when MD said what, Ness? What did I say?
When you and him were debating 1-punch power.
And what did I say though?
And he said no, MD. You said no. What about the knockout of Roman Martinez? He said MD. He hit him with multiple punches on the way down.
I never said he. My God, Ness. The only thing I said, the only thing you dismissed in the beginning. No, I don't want to say this again. That you dismissed that he had power, and I says he has power. Don't mince my words.
I'm not. What are you talking about? I'm repeating the caller. What you said is not even important.
He doesn't like Lomachenko does not have 1-punch knockout power, but it doesn't mean he's not a power puncher or has power punching ability.
Debate with AB because that's what he's saying. That he does.
Yeah, like AB. What I'm saying is that I don't think Lomachenko necessarily has like the most natural power, but he's athletic enough to generate power. So he has power in his punches. He doesn't.
I'm not saying he's got like. Yeah, I'm not saying he's the biggest puncher, but I think he has above average power because if you knock out a guy moving up in weight like Roman Martinez that's never been KO'd like that, you have above average power.
Yeah, and it's not just Ness, it's just power, it's timing and accuracy, and with that you can knock people out. So like generating, I don't know what you're defining when you say that, but he does not have pillow fists. He's not a knockout artist, but he does not have pillow fists. And that's all that I was saying.
Walters never been stopped before, quits. And you know what Nicholas Walters said? He said that he rocked me, he hurt me. He hit me in the temple, I was dizzy. So Nicholas Walters didn't quit, okay, because he was getting hit with pillow fists. Lomachenko hurt Walters, and Walters quit. And the same people that are saying that Garcia is going to beat Lomachenko are the same people that said Walters would beat Lomachenko. They're the same people that said Walters is too big, he's too strong. Walters is a monster. He knocks out Donaire. It's going to be too much. And, you see what he did to Walters. Now all of a sudden the excuse is the layup excuse. And, you know what, when Lomachenko beats Garcia easily, and he will beat Garcia easily, there's going to be excuses that are going to be made as well. Okay? They're going to say that, the only person that Garcia beat that was ever good was Salido. And Salido lost to Roman Martinez.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying?
Remember what I said. Just remember what I said, because that's what's going to happen.
You said Loma beats him easily, right?
Yeah, but AB, you know that Mikey Garcia is good, because I'm pretty sure that you thought Zlatan was a good fighter, and that's an impressive win. Like, I think Mikey Garcia is a very good fighter, so I think it is a little bold for you to say easily. Come on.
I think he's good, but I'm saying like it's but I just think that again, don't be surprised if it happens, because
no, we're not surprised. We're surprised you called it like that. We're gonna hold you to those words. Don't worry. Listen, I give you about 6 minutes because you've been calling in and we haven't been able to get you due to the capacity. But you are my friend around here. Don't forget that. Keep calling in, man. We always debate friendly. I love you. Got to get the blind man Brad talk to me. But actually, no, Brad, I'm sorry. I've been fucking dicking over West African Muhammad over here. Been leaving him. Oh my God, Muhammad, what time is it over there? I'm so sorry. Twice already he's hung up mad at me like, fuck you, Ness. I'm calling back Thursday. He said, I'm calling Thursday. You're a piece of shit. I'm sorry, Muhammad. What time is it over there?
It's 3:43 a.m.
Oh my God. Let me shoot myself.
Okay.
Let me shoot myself.
It's
sorry,
okay, man. I
bro.
wasn't mad. I'm a patient guy.
Yo, MD knows how to push my buttons, man. Whenever his little fighters come on, you know how these shows get when his fighters come on.
I know, man. I know. Great show, by the way. Great show. I really enjoyed it. Speaking of Lomachenko, I was amazed by everything he does inside the ring. The movement, the combinations, the ring IQ. That being said, like I said last time, we need to hold on that pound for pound list. We're not ESPN or HBO. I need him to prove that against Mikey Garcia. I need him to prove it against Rigo and against Tank Davis maybe in a year or so. Once he does that, then I'm going to vote for him number one pound for pound. I don't think he has the power, because Mikey Garcia has power and he's technical, he's smart, he knows how to cut the ring off. So it's not going to be easy, man. It's not going to be easy. So if he does that...
No, AB said it's going to be easy.
No, man. Come on. It's not going to be easy against
right then
Mikey
and there,
Garcia.
listen, right then and there, the same way that Triple G beat Curtis Stevens hit him with those two, and right then and there, I stopped, being a dickhead towards Triple G, just stopped being, I started being honest. That would be it right there with Lomachenko. Like, if he could beat Mikey, especially the way that AB saying, man, that dude might be pound for pound.
Yeah, but Mikey Garcia is a way better fighter than Curtis Stevens, to be fair, honestly.
No, obviously, but remember, at the Curtis Stevens was just the point where I started to be like, damn.
You realize that he has power and a chin. You realize that Yeah,
I realized that chin was serious.
Hold on. He needs to beat Mikey. He needs to beat Rigo. Both of them.
Well, Rigo's too small. He didn't do that when he was at 26. He's not going to do that now.
Rigo is like 5'2".
It's too late for Rigo. Rigo should have jumped on that. Well, Lomo should have jumped on it when Rigo was offering it at 124. But,
But I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. And something I really enjoyed last night was when he was showboating. That was really funny. I love that stuff.
Yeah, me
He's
too.
a very likable guy, man. He's a very likable guy. And he should learn some English, and I think he will be a star. If he beats Mikey Garcia, he can fight on Mexican dates, and I'm going to call him Loma Cinco de Mayo. That's my call.
Loma Cinco de Mayo. That's funny. That's funny. Bob Arum might use that now. Listen, what's his name? Todd DeBuff. Yay, we won.
Bob Arum has no shame when it comes to promoting. Remember, he did the no Trump card. Remember that shit? He had a full Mexican card.
Well, that's what he's promoting in the other one, right? They showed in. I don't know if you guys did you guys get a promo for this new pay-per-view during the telecast or no?
For the
Is it
Oscar
the-
Valdez one?
Yeah, the Valdez,
I must have
Magdaleno.
not seen it.
Is it a fuck the wall undercard? Is that what it's called? Seriously, what is it, Ness?
I don't know what's the theme of it, but I mean, I know the Valdez, but I was just asking, did it show up on HBO or no?
I don't remember. I was watching the UFC card at the same time.
You're such a fucking...
I'm a hardcore man.
No, you're a two-timer, bro. I wanted to call you other words, but I'm afraid that, that the vocabulary police and MD would get at me over here.
I'm just trying to keep the sponsors listening,
Let's get to Brad. Let's get to Brad. All right. I almost skipped you, Brad, because I had went to Muhammad. I almost skipped Brad. Brad in Bakersfield, talk to us.
Hey everyone, how's it going tonight?
What's up, Brad?
Hey, I'm going to try to make this a little bit interesting and ask you guys individual questions on the topics here. Okay, MD, what would happen? I think this is a give me. What would happen if Sosa and Garcia got down?
I think that Sosa would get knocked out in 4 rounds.
Yeah, that pretty much answers the question about Garcia to me. Partially, it answers the question about Garcia fighting Lomachenko. Does he have pillow hands? He would against Garcia.
Yo,
I believe that.
Can I just interrupt here? I just want to clear that. Look, I was only teasing, joking. I don't really think he has pillow fists. Jesus, everybody keeps repeating that. Like I was joking. It's not like Malignaggi fists, man. I was just.
I'm just saying, like people, like you say,
radio fun here.
You say people say disrespectful things about fighters, and that's a very disrespectful thing.
Oh God, here he goes.
So I'm just talking about, against Garcia, how he would look. In my opinion, I say that. Okay, so I mean, anyway, the next thing, has anybody heard about Anthony Joshua and how he's going through new training partners weekly?
No. Where'd you hear that? And you mean sparring partners, right?
Them on Twitter.
Cooking gases or whatever.
You mean sparring partners?
Yes.
Who'd you hear it from?
The Boxing Kingdom on Twitter.
I would have to check. I never heard of them.
Wait. The Boxing Kingdom? No, that's not a reputable Twitter account. I'm sorry, man.
Hey, Brad, and know that as family, none of these laughs are at you. It's just like
it's at Boxing Kingdom.
And the news, right? Like we're not laughing at you.
All right, so the reason why is like Brad, we're saying that it's kind of like the promoter could be saying that to make it seem like he's fucking up sparring partners. You know what I mean? Beating them up.
That's just propaganda. That's the same shit I'm trying to say about these fights. You serve guys up on a platter so you can make others look good, and you get a bunch of people.
No, ignore that. That's negative.
Next day.
It was a great weekend of fights.
Promotional tool.
Okay, what about so I know that the UK fight, Flanagan versus Petrov, wasn't everyone's favorite. But how about Matt? How about do you think that just by listening to the UK announcers that the fight wasn't the way that it appeared when you're actually watching it?
Well,
absolutely. Absolutely.
Brad, the UK commentary team, either Sky Sports or Box Nation, or now it's BT Sports, which is basically Box Nation, is so blatantly biased that it makes HBO seem objective. It makes Showtime seem objective.
No, man. One round. Like, let's just say that you saw Flanagan winning, right? And this particular round that I'm talking about, just for hypothetically, right? Just for argument's sake, like, Petrov landed so many right hands, just so many in that one particular round, leads, just so many. And then it was like, yeah, he did a lot, but I don't think he did enough to get that round. And I was like, damn, yo, you got to literally kill him over there to get it, for real. And we were listening to it was Box Nation that you had, Matt?
Well, technically the BT Sports commentary team is the Box Nation commentary team because Frank Warren has the deal with both now.
Who were the guys? They sounded familiar.
They were the Box Nation guys, I believe.
Yeah,
the same guys on Box Nation. I forget their name exactly.
So do you guys like agree on all of the rounds, or do you like?
Nah, to be fair, I didn't score with a card. I didn't think, you got it. I mean, I just did it, and I don't.
Okay.
I don't plan on going back. That's why I never cried robbery at all. Even on the live chat, Matt was like,
I went off. I went off.
I'm like, damn. I know I didn't.
I had a meltdown. I had a meltdown on air about the decision. that 120, 108 scorecard that did it for me. That was like the tipping point. I couldn't take it anymore.
It's because somewhere where you accepted that he may have lost, but like you knew that he could have never have won.
No, MD. No, you didn't watch the fight.
No, because No, because even if Matt, I did. But even if Matt was right and Petrov was dominant, he know that Petrov would have never have won. Is that what you're saying?
No. Hold on.
Wait a minute. You watched the fight?
You didn't watch the Liam Williams one.
Yeah, I watched this fight.
And you saw Flanagan winning.
I thought Flanagan won more rounds. Yeah.
How did he win? This was in the beginning of the show.
Nah. This is beautiful then. Yeah, definitely. Whenever you guys are free, we're going to do a film study. Get the fuck out of here. You're lying. You don't got a card. You don't got a card either. To be
you said you don't have a card too.
Yeah, I know. But I'm at least admitting that I'm not crying robbery. But you without a card are laughing. No, we could do a film study.
What am I laughing at?
Laughing that we picked Petrov and that he lost. But I don't think you
laughing at what? I'm just saying I make better picks than you.
I'm just saying I'm challenging you. I don't think you watched
it. Make better picks than you.
I'll put it this way. We definitely should have considered that the fact that this fight's in the UK and it's most likely going to a decision that we should have.
And how did I have him winning?
A pure.
And how did I have him winning? On points, unanimous decision, right?
Bullshit scorecards. Yes, he did.
He won. Yes. Somebody gave him 120 to 108.
All right.
Unanimous. Every round in the 12-round fight that he was not.
Callers, brother. We're going to go to John in New York City. Talk to us.
Yo, what's good? Yo, man, am I the only one that thinks that the term pound for pound itself is just like such a fucking joke?
Yes.
I agree.
Yeah, I agree, but it's also like kind of weird to get like so mad at it.
It's I think it's like too ridiculous to call him like a pound for pound great. Like that's like, something that should be over time like well deserved, and you could probably like after 10 years you could look back and be like, wow, that guy, he was a pound for pound great. I think that this kid is good, but he just like happens to have really good footwork, real fast hands. And he happens to be in a somewhat weak weight division, so he's making it's actually the people that he is like actually fighting that is really making him look a lot better than he is. Because if you look at the guys that he fought, they're not that talented. You know what I'm saying? They're guys who are tough motherfuckers who could, like bang. They could take shots. They could come back and forth. But it's not talented fighters. I'd say hot weight divisions right now is 175 and 147. So if there is a guy who could really come out on top of either those two weight divisions, then he's like well deserving of calling, like a pound for pound. But I feel like a lot of these weight divisions right now are just weak. And I think it's racist, too. Am I the only one that thinks that it's racist?
How so?
Come on, man. Lomachenko has 8 fights, and everybody's talking about him. He's got fucking white skin.
But what about his 2 gold medals? Whoa, buddy. He won an Olympic medal in 2008. Then it takes 4 years for the next Olympics to come around. And he won that one too. What the fuck?
Yeah, but I'm talking about pro boxing.
Okay, Rigondeaux had 2 Olympic medals. Wait a minute. Rigondeaux had 2 Olympic medals. Rigondeaux had 2 Olympic medals, and he was on HBO. He had his opportunity to be paraded.
He was on HBO one time, and then you never heard from him ever again.
Because he failed. He had the shot though. He had the shot.
He wasn't shining.
He failed. He whooped Nonito. He killed Donaire.
Okay, and
at that
after?
time, he was
And what
supposed
about
to be, like,
after?
pound for pound.
And what about after Donaire? It was at Becca. Were you happy with the Becca performance?
It was a lot like a lot of the whatchamacallit's fights. This kid, what's his name?
Lomachenko?
I'm pretty sure.
Man,
yeah. I'm
yo,
pretty
listen,
sure, like, the
listen,
first,
listen,
like,
bro,
4 times
bro,
that I
bro,
told
bro, bro,
Lomachenko
bro,
fight,
John,
I thought it was boring.
John, just activity, bro.
Nope.
You sound a little like you didn't watch Rigondeaux fight, okay? Because just activity alone separates them two. You can never say that Rigondeaux's performances were similar to Lomachenko's when Lomachenko triples the number of punches thrown and landed. Rigondeaux is a very great fighter who is a counter puncher who doesn't let his hands go unless you come to him.
He also has one punch knockout power.
He does, though. I mean, well, I don't know.
But no, he does. He does. Rigo does. If he ever lets his hands go.
He didn't one punch Nonito, and he caught Nonito with the
I don't know
pounder.
that Asian dude he did knock.
He was a lot smaller than Donaire too. He seemed a lot smaller than Donaire. He's still, and you know. Like,
listen, John, you made a great call.
How nobody talks about Deontay Wilder.
What about Wilder? What about Wilder? What about Wilder? What about Wilder? What about him? Why would we talk about?
Man, the pound for pound term, because the pound for pound term was made for Sugar Ray Robinson back in the day to exclude him from heavyweight. Deontay Wilder is knocking out guys, knockout after knockout, with people who are over 220 pounds who have the capability to knock him out.
So the bigger you are, the
on a whole other level.
But John, you got to understand that as in the heavyweight division, that is expected. That is expected. That's why Gennady Golovkin gets all the credit, because it's not expected to happen in the middleweight division. But in the heavyweight, you're a heavyweight. We want you to knock people out. And let's be clear.
You're 240.
The resumes also have to be taken into consideration.
Is Klitschko pound for pound then?
Listen, John, listen. You involved.
Wait, John, no, Nest limit. Is Klitschko pound for pound?
Hold on. Go, John.
Is Klitschko pound for pound?
Klitschko?
Was he?
I think he is. He's a big disgrace to boxing. He's been horrible.
Wow, you're all over the place, John. Why is he a disgrace?
He's a big dude knocking people out. That's for sure.
He was
for
dominant.
I've seen Wilder knock guys out and on the floor shaking. He knocked everybody.
Yo, call of the year nominee.
No running, nothing like that.
Well, John, listen, you definitely made us. You invoked us, man. Great call. I'm pretty sure some of the callers are gonna even partake in some of that stuff going on there. Interesting things, man. I love this show. Listen, let's keep it moving though. We got other callers.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce to you a young fella, and he comes from the Magnolia.
Damn, man. This is what happened when me and MD argue back and forth about a topic. The callers fall asleep and shit. And no, but to be fair, Eno's a truck driver. He's always falling asleep. Eno, wake the hell up. I wish JD called back in. JD, you should be listening, calling on Skype. I got your intro straight in fresh off of Dollar DiBiase's desk. And I haven't even listened to it, so it'll be good. Let's get to 773. First time caller. 773. 773. Going once. 773 going twice.
Long Beach in the house. Yeah.
JP in Long Beach.
JP's in twice in the queue, by the way, because you know how he has a shitty phone. JP in Long Beach. Do you want to go to the other JP from Long Beach?
I just did.
Well, let me go to it.
That's you. He got two phones.
Y'all got me?
He's skipping
Yeah,
line.
we got you, JP. We got you.
We got you, bro.
So, as far as Lomo's power, man, what's different than what we've seen, just everybody's throwing Mayweather out there, is when Mayweather got a guy hurt and was ready to finish him, he finished him. And now Lomachenko is not inclined to want to knock guys out, but what we've seen and what we see is that when he's ready, he can't just close the night. Okay, I got him wounded. Same thing we've seen with Usyk. And speaking of Usyk, I don't know what happened with the refereeing. Maybe they had a shortage of refs, but it looked to me like old Quasimodo came down from the bell tower at Notre Dame and got himself a job. And the thing I hated about the Lomachenko, the ref, is that he never made a call to tell Sosa to bring up the punches unless Lomachenko would gesture to him. And let's get something straight. We hate when fighters do that shit, and nobody's saying nothing. Lomachenko is doing that prima donna shit. Don't get me wrong. The dude is a marvel, a wizard, but he's not Mayweather. He's Lomachenko. He's something different, something of his own. Even more so, he's closer to Pacquiao than anything because they use their legs to kind of teleport, in a sense, from side to side. But as far as that power to close the show when he's ready and he got you hurt, he doesn't have it. Usyk, same thing. They let that HBO is obviously catering to casual fans, letting this shit go way too far. That shit was egregious, borderline disgusting to me. The thing that separates us from MMA is that we don't let our guys get beat up like that. That's the integrity of the sport. That keeps us different. And they let that fucking Gonzalez go out there when he was way too hurt. And secondly, Harvey Dock, we've seen Harvey Dock ref plenty fights. He's a good ref. He doesn't let that happen. The memo was sent out, hey, we're going to the casual fans and we looking for knockouts tonight. And they let them dudes at the risk of them dudes possibly sustaining permanent damage. I didn't like that at all. I think that was pretty much the narrative, and it was pretty clear. Like I said, I do think Lomachenko is a marvel. I don't like Usyk. I'll go as far as to say I like my black fighters slick. I like my Mexican fighters tough, and I like my Euros in the form of Drago, and that's what Triple G does. If he dies, he dies. Fucking Usyk comes out here and he looks like he's gonna do that shit. Then you get some sloppy, open fist shit all night, kind of looking kind of not fully coordinated. I don't like it at all. That's my call, guys. Have a good one.
Yo, even HBO on their Twitter tweeted out their 12th round and said, take a look at Usyk's wild punches in the 12th. So, like, I don't know.
I thought that was weird by HBO to do that, to say wild. Like, that seemed like a really bad PR move.
Yeah.
They're using strong adjectives, you know?
Like, devastating, like, shots. Like, that would be different than wild punches.
We're going to go to Mr. Watson.
My man. What's up? So I had a couple of points I wanted to make quick. Good show, by the way. Real quick, MD, you got to embrace the role of the villain, man. Nestor's going to keep pushing you in that corner, man. Just embrace it, baby. You know, I love it. Anyways, my boy Loma, I don't like the Floyd Mayweather comparisons. I do like my last caller said he is a lot closer to Pacquiao with the hand speed, the foot speed, and the combinations and stuff. But my man is the truth, and you can't get on the pound for pound list by eye test alone. But he passes the eye test. Him and Mikey Garcia matchup to me is a lot like I guess the parallel would be Kovalev Ward, with Loma playing the role of Ward and moving up. The faster, slightly more technical fighter, fighting the stronger, bigger, still yet technically sound fighter. I get an edge to Garcia right now because he's done more. You know what I'm saying? But the skill level, Loma is a little bit above him. But he's made it the same ilk Loma is of the Rigos, the Andrades, the Lauras, the Mayweathers, where they're just true master class elite, boxers. period. You know what I'm saying? And he belongs in that ilk. He'll get on the pound for pound as soon as he fights somebody pound for pound worthy. Like I echo the sentiments of everybody. His resume is not all of that. I mean, Gary Russell's a nice touch. You know what I'm saying? That's to me that's his best victory. Not even Salido. You know, just because of the pedigree coming in or whatnot. Uniquez Gonzalez, I never had any respect for him. He was only on the mat because he lost a fight that he should have won to a shot John Pascal, which told me nothing about him. Which told me more is the last 3 fights that happened with that dude. No respect for him, man. But that's my call, basically, y'all. I just wanted to shout out to TBV, man. Put them thumbs up. Some thumbs up, motherfuckers.
Yo, Mr. Watson, that was a great call, man. Very, very good call. Very detailed. Truly like that one. We're going out to the city of brotherly love. 267-945. Are you a first-time caller?
Yes.
All right. How long you been listening?
About probably half an hour.
First time ever listening?
Oh, no, not first time ever, just first time caller.
All right. So do you know the tradition? I want to play this first time caller intro for you so that you can go ahead and introduce yourself. Let us know your name and where you're calling from, then jump into your call. You ready?
I'm ready.
Ladies and gentlemen, making his professional debut.
Yeah, my name is Giovanni Rios from West Philly.
Giovanni?
Yeah.
From where?
West Philly.
West Philly. Giovanni from West Philly. Talk to us, brother.
Yeah, I think Lomachenko performance was a great performance, but I think it was expected. So for everybody to be all hype about Lomachenko's win, like I don't think they should be as hyped because Sosa is not on Lomachenko level at all. But Mikey Garcia, he's experienced and he's skilled. He got power, so I think he'll test Lomachenko. And I think that's the only fight that Lomachenko has to win, so you could say that he's the best pound for pound fighter in the world right now. But you got guys like Andre Ward, Terrence Crawford out there, so it's hard to put him in front of them guys.
Well, all right, Giovanni. Thanks for calling in. Make sure you subscribe here to us on YouTube so you get those notifications. I know you said this is not your first time listening, so I'm hoping you know how to continue to listen. We're going to have the producer, Matt. You there? Get Giovanni down from West Philly. All right, we're going to go to another first-time caller in Canada, 403. First-time calling in? 403, first-time caller?
No.
Hello?
Hello?
Are you in an airplane?
Yes.
Yes?
I'm running right now. I'm just going to call back.
All right. Who's this?
Flip from Calgary.
Can you close the window or no?
Hang on. I'm just going to find a spot here.
There you go. You sound a lot better. First time calling in?
No. I phoned a while ago.
What's the name?
I don't know.
Flip from Calgary, Canada. That's right around Jose's.
Calgary?
That's around Jose, man. We're gonna have to start a TBV Canada for you guys now.
Yeah, that would be great.
All right, well, Flip, since you're not a first-time caller, Flip, we'll go ahead and just start this bell. Unless you do want to reintroduce yourself to the world, I have absolutely no problem with that. I mean, it's really up to you.
It's all good, man.
All right, well, talk to us, brother. What's on your mind? You watch the Lomachenko fight?
Oh, yeah, that was a great fight. I was really impressed. Like, I don't know, like, Sosa is a credible fighter, but, like, you just can't see, like, the challenge, the level is not there. Like, Lomachenko is deserving to be in
not the top pound for pound, of course, because he just have 8 wins. But like most definitely would be in the conversation of pound for pound because he's got the eye test, he's got a belt. Oh man, like that's like a matrix, like a speed, like he's just like unreal. And like the Golovkin, like they say a blueprint, like Jacobs printed it, but like for Lomachenko, like there's a blueprint of how to beat this guy. Like you're gonna fight him rough, so I would love to see a fight like a Takmura or a Burchell. I think that would be like a challenge for him because like these guys are like a Salido type of fighters that plays rough. It's like if you put him with a Garrett Russell like type of fighter, like uses speed. But Lomachenko's just in another level, right? So I would like to see, like, is Burchell top rank or Golden Boy?
Golden Boy.
I don't know if he's full Golden Boy. I know they have an option on him. I don't know if he's full Golden Boy though.
Oh, my bad.
Like, do you guys agree with that? Like, I think that would be like an intriguing fight.
I mean, well, Matt,
like Burchell to Amura.
Yeah,
I love Miguel Burchell. I think if he blasts Amura, I think a him and Loma fight makes perfect sense.
Yeah, because like you guys are talking about blueprint, like for Golovkin, right? So I would say Salido has a W, no matter what you say. So the blueprint would be, I guess, don't make the weight and rough him up. That would be the blueprint to beat Lomachenko. And for the other Ukrainian guy, Daniel Gustic, I would say like I disagree with a past caller earlier that he said he's not ready for the top guys like Andre Ward or Kovalev. Like these guys are like 30 years old and have lots of amateur fights. So I would say like if they're not ready, when? Like they're only 30 years old, they're in the peak. So I would say feed them to the top dogs now. And for the Michael Hunter guy, he looks small, man. Like he should move down to.
Philip, you there?
Yeah, it's just muted.
Go ahead.
Hello?
Yep, go ahead.
Do you guys hear me?
Yep.
Yeah, as I'm saying, like,
you were talking
Michael Hunter looks
Hunter.
small. Yeah, Michael Hunter looks small, so like I would love him to move down to light heavyweight, like even in the fight night, right? Like he came like a pound lighter. So I'm intrigued to see him in light heavyweight. And then I don't know, like take on, I don't know, would be like Shawnee Monahan or who's the guy who Joe Smith. That would be good for him. Like that's like all American, right? Like the American should like he's an Olympian, so they should like hype them up. Yeah, that would be my call.
All right, Flip.
Thanks
Thank you for
guys.
calling in, Flip from Calgary. Shout out to Jose bringing them in, huh? 713, you're up on TBV.
That
First
might
time
be
caller.
Jose's corner. I'm just saying.
First time caller, 713. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
How long you been listening, brother?
This Boston Religion. I've been listening for a minute, man.
All right, well, let's give you this first time caller intro and allow you to go ahead and do your thing.
Ladies and gentlemen, making his professional debut.
Yeah, this Boston Religion on Instagram. I follow you guys. First time listening to you guys. Never have a chance to really listen. You guys have
Where's the 713 at?
What's up? Oh, Houston, Texas, bro.
Houston, Texas. Houston. All right.
You said boxing religion, right?
Religion, boxing religion on Instagram.
Yeah, Boxing Religion on Instagram. Yeah, I follow you guys. Really like what you guys are doing on radio, man. Yeah, calling in just to say, man, last night, man, it was a good fight. The whole undercard, I'm a hardcore boxing fan, so I'm always going to get a kick out of it. Right now as far as the Usyk, the first fight, it's a cruiserweight. Right now, cruiserweight, they're not really making too much noise up in there. There's not a lot of people that's known. So I was kind of expecting what you expect, Hunter, he was just like kind of like a challenger, nothing too serious, but I thought it was good boxing. As far as the second cards go, the Gonzalez versus the Golovkin, I have seen they both fought before. I mean, it was a knockout, like a 2 rounds knockout. So I mean, you always gonna get a thrill out of that. It was an okay competition, but it was a fan friendly fight. As far as the lightweight goes right now. Actually, junior lightweight, I would say, Lomachenko. He definitely, showed, but I don't think that was his best fight because I thought like the Gary Russell, I like that performance. I thought Gary Russell was very good, but I think that was his best win, so far, in my opinion. But as far as the Mikey Garcia goes, yeah, they, if both fighters want to fight, it's not hard to make. Like if both fighters want to fight each other, they're their own boss. Like they can make it happen. Like people always say, if 2 fighters want to fight, there shouldn't be a problem. If they're good to go to give a thumb up to the manager and the promoter, I don't see why it can't happen. Bob Evans doing business with Al Heyman now, so it shouldn't be a problem. And Mikey Garcia, he been saying like, I heard on a video, he did an interview that he's talking about he want to move up to, or he said he can move up to 146, 147 to beat Keith Thurman, which I thought that was a little bit ridiculous. Especially you at 135, and you just getting back in the game in the last year, so you want to take care of the business around you first. You understand? So. That's my thought on that one. But, him and Lomachenko, they definitely should get it on. This year, why not? He got a belt, like, let's do it. Like, he's right around your weight. And and Lomachenko said he can go up to all the way to 135. That's his gap. So, I don't even count him like past 135. Since he said that's his limit, that's his limit. We're going to stick by that. We're going to stick by his word,
All right. Well, Boxing Religion, I want to thank you, obviously, for calling in. We love first-time callers. Hope you continue to call in. It's been a long show, Matt. Just had a late start.
Yes, it did. That late start killed us, man.
Yeah, but just, I was very far, I went to D.C., from Jersey to D.C., got to see Tevin Farmer and Gervonta Davis,
Hey, as some say, Ness, this shit happens in show business.
Huh?
This shit happens in show business.
It does. I got some interviews I got to put out. Some good work. Seen a lot of fans. Shout out to everybody that tunes in and actually walked up. It's always cool to hit the fights and people listen to the show. Man. Overall, pretty good weekend, man. Pretty good weekend.
We had high-level guys in multiple divisions fight. We can nitpick about the matchups or the reffing or the judging. We can pick.
Check this out, right?
What?
This very same card. How is it different from the Magdaleno Oscar Valdez Ramirez card?
Oh, that card's probably worse. In my opinion, that card's a lot worse.
I don't know. I think right now Valdez and Mariaga are pretty close.
No, that may be comparable to like a Lomachenko Sosa fight in terms of the disparity of talent, but who Gilberto Ramirez is fighting?
Whoa. Back up, hipster. You think that Mariaga is that far off of Valdez?
I think it's meant to be a showcase.
Okay.
That's my personal take on it. Now, Gilberto Ramirez, who he's fighting, is a lot worse than who Alexander Usyk is fighting. Jesse Magdaleno is fighting somebody a lot worse than who Voljic fought, in my opinion. So I think that card, for being a pay-per-view, is one of the most atrocious things I've ever seen in my lifetime as a boxing fan.
Yeah, really quick.
This was just an HBO card meant to be a showcase of Eastern European talent.
Really quick, I just want to remind everybody who if you want to check out our new podcast, it's called Untitled, and the first episode is on Patreon. It's pretty hot, according to the comments.
I'm still waiting for my invite to the show.
Yeah, you're obviously gonna get one, but we did do another episode already because we were all.
Are you fucking serious, man?
Yeah, because we were driving. No. We were driving.
Okay. That makes sense.
It was a road trip to Gabriel Rosado, and we just threw it on, bro. And there's like a good solid 2 hours of some good shit going down. Somehow boxing always creeps into the topic. It's kind of hard to do a podcast without talking boxing when your whole life is consumed with boxing. But
hey, you watch movies?
No, no. We talked movies again. We did talk movies again.
Have you seen the new Kong movie yet?
Yeah, hell yeah. Skull Island one?
Yeah, what do you think of it?
I liked it. I didn't dislike it, but see, I'm not a Rotten Tomatoes guy, right? Like, I'm not a big condemner of films, like all these bougies. Not me. I watch a lot of movies.
Enrique?
I don't even know if Enrique is, but I seen Get Out. I seen
I still have not seen Get Out, and I feel so bad about it because I hear it's amazing.
Yo, you know which one is fucking good, dude? You know which one is good? Actually, I think I recommended it on the last podcast, so I gotta watch my mouth if I did. I think on the new episode of Untitled, I probably recommended this. But yeah, you can check that out on Patreon. It's a Patreon-only podcast. It's where we discuss music, pop culture. We let Matt talk politics. It's not boxing, even though boxing somehow slips in.
You can talk politics.
Even though boxing somehow slips into it, you could only find it on Patreon. It is downloadable MP3. You could just play it on Patreon on the app. Remember, you could download the Patreon app absolutely free. Yeah, check it out. Episode 2 will be out whenever Enrique, and that's the beauty too. I've always wanted to do a post-production one because you listen to people that have post-production podcasts and they got all the bells and whistles, all the little sound bites at the right time, and so this is our attempt at a full-blown professional post-production podcast. And I'll be honest, again, from the response, people are loving it. So I am your host, Nestor Gibbs. Find me on Instagram and Twitter at NestGTO. And you should be following us on Instagram at ThaBoxingVoice. You would have known about Gervonta Davis Tank and his beef with Tevin Farmer. And you would have known that he already responded. And, he said, too much talking going on. Something has to happen. Let me handle this work May 20th. Then we can get it. I promise. Let's get it rocking. Tevin, winner, take it all. Yo, that's a nice way to avoid Lomachenko, to keep it Jeezy. Yo, no, that's what you do. You build it up. It's like, yo, let's go to Lomo fight and make our own fight at Lomo fight.
Yeah, that was smart of them. That was, to be honest.
I'll tell you, it blew up because even this response, right, has 17,000 likes. And the video of him and Tevin Farmer, that went viral, right? So, yeah, he's doing his numbers. But, Matt, where could they find you?
You can find me at Mixed Combat News on Twitter and my MMA podcast, Mixed Combat Radios on Patreon, SoundCloud, YouTube, iTunes, Facebook, etc. Peace.
Do say.